All right. Now that we actually have some pairings, some things are happening and stuff, I guess we'll get started. So Brian doesn't, like, I don't know, have a seizure.
Hey, welcome everybody to some Tuesday Night Legacy. Woo! Are you guys excited? Brian's excited. I mean, he may have fallen asleep already, but
Maybe.
some of us are excited.
Okay. So we have 18 people. How's it going, about to say? And I guess Les was basically telling us that we had to watch him, right?
Yeah, he's playing 4-color Stoneblade.
Okay.
I heard him tell you. And he's playing against Josh, who's probably playing Miracles.
Probably.
So this would be something a little different. We don't get to see Blade versus Miracles that often. We often see 4-color Control versus Miracles, or lands versus Miracles, or... I'm excited. We get to watch some Magic. You're gonna bug control out food chain Batusai. I like it. I like it. That seems like a good plan. On the other side, you have Noah and Trace.
In other words, TRZ.
So we're gonna show you some Magic. We're gonna show you 4 rounds of Legacy tonight. I think everybody that's in chat knows what we do, right? So I'm gonna kind of introduce Paragon City Games Legacy. Whoa. Once we get some more people in chat. There's no reason to introduce it to the diehards who are already here. We are turn 1. Les says Flooded Strand. Josh says Underground Sea. They actually said that out loud. I heard them.
Wait, did you say Underground Sea?
Yeah.
For Josh?
Yeah.
Does he normally have an Underground Sea in his Miracles deck?
He's not playing Miracles. He's playing 4-color.
What?
He's probably playing Corey's 4-color deck. They sometimes switch. Whoa, and that's a card we totally can't see.
But I had already written Miracles. You don't understand.
Oh, he put him upside down. I thought that was glare. I was looking at the top of his sleeves going, oh, that a glare. I can't see that card. It's just white. All right, so Josh, I think, is playing like a 4-color check pile type list with basics in hand.
I might see blue cards. Like,
it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. Well, there's a Trop and an Underground. As long as we see some red, some K commands. We have the names backwards. That's what's happening.
That's why. That's why.
Brian, shh, calm your face, like you like to say. How is
would make a lot of sense.
Sound for you guys? The last time I tuned in on Friday, it was quiet. Yeah. We'll switch it up. Is that all right there? Like that? Sound is good. Batusai he approves. Okay. Les is playing with some Urza Saga foils, lands that I picked up for him in Seattle.
The arena ones?
Yeah, I'd like to just everybody know that I acquired those.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
I'm not, I don't like to brag.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, you
about anything, especially minor things like picking up basic lands for somebody else.
It can be important, you know?
So there's a true name nemesis for Les. This is a card that's kind of weird in that Miracles has answers, like this one. Les is going to have a Force of Will for this one, but we may have some force battling going on here as they both have multiple forces in hand and other cards to pitch. Normally, True Name just wrecks a lot of Legacy decks, right? All of the removal, just can't deal with it. Terminus doesn't care though.
Yeah, Nate. Actually, I'm looking for quite a few old ones, and Les will pretty much take anything as far as foil old basics. Yeah,
they're not. Some of them are no. So these are the Saga ones. So Urza Saga didn't have a foil printing, so these are arena promos.
These are anywhere between like $10 and $25.
Yeah. a regular old border foil is anywhere from $1 to $5.
Yeah.
Yeah, Les collects them as he snags every single old border basic that's in the store.
I was so mad too because there was one of these arena ones. He's like, just leave it there. One of these arena ones he was trading for the other day, and I'm like, so Les, you got an extra one of those. Why don't you trade it to me? And he's like, I'm not trading this to you. And I'm like, the store gets in a bunch of basics, and I personally text you, and I was like, hey, got some basics in for you, and this is how you repay me.
I almost understand what you mean that he's locked in for Vegas. I don't actually know.
Yeah, I don't.
He's going to be there. There's more to that story.
What does it mean for us?
Yeah. So it means stuff and things.
Okay.
I don't know if I can go to Vegas.
That's great.
But yeah. I don't really care what Les does. I'm just excited to see these lands get played. Is that bad? They're really pretty.
Yeah, they are gorgeous.
All right, so we got a counterbalance down for Josh, which is a stupid magic card. And it's going to stop everything. Josh, I think, is probably citing in Monastery Mentors, so the chances of hitting a 3 drop off the counterbalance is unlikely. We see Force, Predict, and Swords of Plowshares.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to pick the card that actually
kills his 3/1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bear with 2 guns. I'm also not that big of a. I don't know what we're a fan of, but I agree. Oh,
of arena flows?
That's okay. I mean, everybody has their thing that they should approve of that they don't, right?
However wrong they may be.
Yeah. I mean, some people like unstable basics, and they're incorrect. So that's great. Hey, look! I drew another swords. Neat. 7th edition foil lands is a true gentleman's game. Sure.
Agreed. They're gorgeous.
Yeah. Yep. I almost completed a one of each Guru basic cycle. And they just keep going up in price because that's rude.
You only need the island?
Yeah. Just the one that
matters.
Is doubling in value every day, it seems like. Hey, Brian, I don't like it when people quote things I've said out of context.
Oh man, here we go.
I mean, this is game 1, round 1, and you're throwing out that already, huh? Okay, fine. It's fine.
Well, I mean, how are we supposed to get new followers when you're not impressed by them?
I don't know. It's worked actually pretty well. People are like, will you be impressed if I follow? Let's find out.
Let's find out.
I mean, I'm not sure if Bear with 2 Guns has followed us yet. It seems like we should find out. And a good way to find out is if he follows us, then we'll know.
You can't get jinxed twice. I don't think that's the one that he was going for. Wow, we need some better quotes.
Yep. All right, so Les is just drawing lands, and that's a good time. I'm a little surprised he just ran it out there instead of holding it to hand for like a brainstorm, but it was his fetch land that he ran out last.
I think this game's already run away from Les. He has an equipment, and he has a land in hand.
Josh predicts away a Jace off the top because he doesn't need that.
He's only seen the 2 threats too. All Josh has had to do is like, okay, deal with your Vendilion Click and deal with your True Name Nemesis.
Yeah.
And the game is just
Josh's. Oh, look,
Josh's.
that's a Jace. He found another one.
There you go.
Or he already had it the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
So now we get to go into the fun stage of the game where Josh predicts or looks at what's he do? What's it called? Fate Seals, and Les fetches in response. Josh is He enjoys playing that game, right? He enjoys leaving a card that you'd actually want on top and then watching you fetch it away. Right? Correct. Yeah. This is let's watch how long it takes for Josh to win.
Or less to concede.
Yeah, he's got a grip, a full hand. He's got multiple force of wills. Oh, he's just going to brainstorm here. I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't just tick up every turn. I would always tick up here.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just get this over with. I'd be impatient.
It's got a good point.
Yeah.
You have to be a great source if that's what you are.
I can't argue with that at all.
Totally.
Maybe he's actually got two in one hand though. So he's like single, double wielding. I don't know what you'd call that.
Mm-mm.
Not sure how bears handle. Turns out Jace is strong. Yes, it's okay. Oh! Oh! Look at what just happened.
You did get a follow.
Congratulations. I'd tell everybody else to follow, but I think everybody else in chat's already following. So if you're not, hey, it's a Jite that's going to do nothing.
Literally
Are you
nothing.
excited? Les is like, please counter this so I can play the next one.
I don't think he can even wait right now. Like just run your batter skull out there. It's gonna get countered, concede.
Yeah.
That way you have more time for your other games.
He Jace ulted you with your own Jace? That's impressive.
Well, that's just the right thing to do.
That's like an achievement unlocked right there. I have not ever done that, and I'm sad that I haven't.
Oh, that is amazing.
Josh is going for the Entreat the Angels game plan here. Les tries to swords one. It gets counterbalanced off of a ponder on top. And here's a swing for 4
12?
plus 4
12?
times 3. Carry the. It's almost
12?
lethal. I think that's the answer.
Wait, but is it 12? I need confirmation.
When your Miracles player gets to choose the form of death you take, and it's fully his prerogative which one he wants to do. Yeah. All right, let's see what's happening on the other table. Oh, you want an actual round timer? There we go.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So here we have Noah. He's playing some Grixis with some young pyromancers. And if we keep talking like this, everybody's going to leave, so I'll stop. Death and Taxes on the other side. Okay. Yep. Thalia is kind of a pain when you're the Grixis player. I don't think Noah really cares at this point in the game though.
Mm-hmm. No, Trace is at 5. Just playing Thalia. Not doing a ton. And this is close, but I think if the Delver flips here, the game will be over.
Tapping down red is a thing. Yeah, that's lethal right there. Swing for 3, hit you with a death right. No one's ever done that before in Legacy ever. Attacked with a death right and then 2 more damage off of, or swing with a Delver and then death right for lethal. Yeah, it's like not common at all.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh, Bear with 2 guns. I was the same way. I actually just started playing Moto like a couple months ago, and I did it like all on stream. It was rough. It was really rough.
So now we get to do the shuffle phase of round 1 here, where both tables happen to finish at exactly the same time, and we get to see some shuffling. It's very exciting. Some sideboarding. Oh, multiple chains on the board, huh?
They stack. Cute. Yes, they stack. It's nasty. What in the world were you playing against that your opponent actually had multiple chains in their deck?
That'd be a Pox.
Had to be Pox.
Yeah. Nate, you're in Des Moines right now. What is in Des Moines,
The what?
Iowa?
That's a place?
Yeah, Des Moines.
Played against Pox. Yep.
All right, so we've got Josh on the right. He didn't end up going 4-0 on Friday.
Mm-mm.
He drew against
Somebody early kept him off the top table.
They drew.
Yeah.
So Josh often ends up 3-0, 4-0, right? So we might see some more of him throughout the night.
Yeah. Josh tears it up with miracles every week.
Yeah.
If he goes like 2-2 in our four round event, that's like tragic.
What is everybody doing? Where's the peoples?
Where are the peoples?
Give me a Twitch, pretty please.
Twitch.
Yeah, just like that.
What on Twitch for?
Let's see what the peoples are doing.
Everybody's psyched on Dominaria, so I'm sure a lot of people are watching draft. Yeah, Team Mon Super League. Caleb and Jim Davis, all sorts of people. But we're the ones doing the legacies.
Yeah, this is the only legacy in town right now, guys. I mean, you know this since you're here. There's more people watching Arena. I don't understand.
Yeah,
there's
no
some
sense.
confused individuals. All right, we got some sideboarding. Josh is gonna very nicely start the game at 17 life because he's a gentleman. He told me before the match, he's like, "Can I please not use that silly life thing?"
He actually said that. Yeah, we need to change it so bad.
we have some large dice that you can use instead. Thank you. Is it a nice haircut?
MTG Arena greater than Legacy? Well, what? Legacy is the best.
Chris, welcome in.
I don't think it's close either.
Welcome in from the YouTubes. All right. Underground Sea from Les. Let's see if he can put up a fight.
We're going to start off with the Thoughtseize, so if Josh kept a fragile hand, it could really hurt.
Hey, look, it's not fragile at all.
I think it's to take the Search for Azcanta here. I think this is a really good...
Yeah, the other three cards all do the same thing.
Yeah, and you don't care about them, so...
Nah.
YouTubes.
Search is a brutal card that can, especially with these type of games that can go grindy, can just give him a huge amount of card advantage.
So if he has another card to steal from hand, I could see him taking the Brainstorm here. This way, next turn he just gets to kind of for sure take the Search, but I don't think that's
I think you actually take the Ponder if that's the case. The Brainstorm looks ugly with no fetch land, right? Okay.
Takes Brainstorm.
I would have gone Search 1, Predict, or Ponder 2, but
yeah, I'm not sure about that. Probably not the greatest.
Josh is going to leave the revealed cards up. And Ponder, we get to see him strategically stack a Terminus.
Yeah. Ponder, Terminus, and Jace.
Terminus and two other cards is the correct way to describe those cards. Yeah.
I'll rephrase that. Terminus and two other magic cards.
Yeah, but there was two cantrips, so... Yeah. Right. Correct, Batusai. That's how I think I would have played that.
If he gets a fetch off of the Brainstorm, then it's not all that different, so...
There's a Search for Azcanta. Josh picking up the revealed cards. Is Les just going to run out True Name Nemesis and get it Terminus to turn later? Is that what we got to see again?
Yeah, probably.
You can't really not, right?
If he's got a force, then I could see running out further.
Yeah. Nope. Brainstorm. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's an argument for Brainstorm, I see, because he's got your name in hand, so you're setting up determinate that. Yeah, okay. Probably not much.
Maybe not too much, but I don't think this is a matchup that is going to go very quickly, and I think this is going to go really long. Search for Azcanta usually wins those games. It's similar to a win condition in my eyes, like for just how Miracles likes to work. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my thought, Bear. It's perfect for matchups like this.
All right. Ooh, we got a choice here between True Name and Stoneforge.
Yep.
It's gonna forge some stones.
I think that is a smart thing to do.
And Josh says, "Okay." No counterspell for that. And I think you just get Batterskull here.
Yeah, probably. I could also see sort of very nice. Either seem fine.
Batterskull being the card that eventually sort of can maybe possibly get around to Terminus. But probably
Kinda
just gets
maybe.
countered when you replay it.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, Josh, if he saw, he probably saw that he's going to need his disenchants for this matchup anyway. So regardless of what he gets, I could see that being something that comes in for this matchup. And a Brainstorm.
Les chooses to play a Brainstorm here, I guess searching for a counterspell. The other choice would have been just to ping for 2, put Josh at 18 life. Yeah, he basically needs to win, Nate, is what you're saying.
So basically, all he really needs to do is just do the win the game thing.
Uh-huh. All right, Terminus resolves. Goodbye to Stoneforge. Now he's got a Batterskull in hand that's too expensive to do anything with. Some pondering. All right, now Les gets to throw out a True Name. Which could be pretty good here. He's not only going to play Pondered, he's also going to pay for it.
He pondered him right to his hand, and then then he's like, oh. Luckily, Josh is like, that's fine. Just remove them from your hand, please.
True Name number 2.
Okay.
Just jam it.
Yep, I think so.
Gotta do it sometime. Yeah, Josh is resetting his life finally, back up to 20. He doesn't have a good I win button. No, he's got like a I'm gonna eventually win if you don't do anything button. Another Jace gets scryed to the graveyard. It's 2 games in a row. Josh has done that.
It's like, not yet. I'm gonna need you, but not right now.
And he's got 6 cards in his graveyard, so search, we don't get to find it yet. Chat.
Ah, dang it.
You're all disappointed, I can tell. Fate Seals himself. Okay. And leaves it there. Do you think it's a Terminus?
It easily could be.
Chase goes down to 2. So here's where you don't want to run out another True Name Nemesis. But you could throw down a Batterskull.
You could.
That'd be fine.
How's it going, Claymore?
Claymore! Welcome from the YouTubes.
I always forget that we're Paragon City Media on YouTube, not Paragon City Games.
Oh.
So PCM versus PCG.
That is very confusing.
Yeah, it really is.
I'll forget that immediately.
Okay.
Neat. Ooh. Council's judgment. When is this happening?
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for this here turn in. And he can probably just bounce the germ. Yeah, it's exiled. Bounces the germ.
I missed. There we go.
PCGM? Sure, that works.
Yeah. I got distracted by something. Terminus number 2.
Yep. A new one, and guess what? I'm pretty sure that Josh has a Snapcaster. So if he has a land, which he should because of this search for house cancel flipping, he should be able to just cancel his judgment this one as well.
That seems fair and totally appropriate. Well, Brian, you're not forgiven because it's still your fault. Hey, look. Snapcaster. Council's judgment. Jorgensen found it first. So, if you... Les has played this pretty well, right? He's come up with viable threats. A Batterskull equipped True Name swinging in next turn would have been pretty good. Okay.
Unfortunately for him, Josh has had a great hand versus his.
This is a pretty good answer here, end of turn. It's not as strong as having a True Name Nemesis out, but I like it. Gets to jam out a click and equip it next turn, as long as Josh here's untapped or tapped out and doesn't seem to have any counter magic.
Gotta check out this Judge Vendilion click. You're doing an altar one on one of these, aren't you?
I haven't started yet, but
you haven't?
Eventually.
Do you have more altars to show us today?
No.
You've been slacking?
No, I've got a lot of digital stuff done for the mock-ups.
Yeah.
I just finished a digital mock-up of Hymn to Torok. That's why I grabbed those. It's gonna be sweet.
Awesome.
It's gonna be pretty. Yep, that's why taking Azcanta early, I think, may have been correct. Okay. Sword's a Snapcaster?
I don't really know why there was why he felt like he needed to do that right now.
Yeah, that's a good keep that for a mentor, I think.
Yeah, usually you want to hit a mentor. Not only that, but like he's winning the race. Or is he? Maybe he's not. I don't know. I think he just fired it off because he had it. He's just like, it's here.
And he could have equipped too, couldn't he?
He could have. But he probably should have.
He's going for a bounce and replay instead.
All of these things are fine.
Yep. Swords to Plowshares eats Vendilion click.
Well, now his play looks good. Swords in Josh's hand. Now he gets to replay Batterskull.
I guess he knew about the swords, right, from the click.
Was the swords there? I thought he took. Was it there?
No, I saw him reveal it, but I think he just kept it. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, so many lands.
All right.
So many lands for less.
Batterskull number 2, which is actually the same Batterskull.
Nate's being ridiculous. See, I can't even write. I can't even write down Nate.
Keep it going. Keep him make him be honest. The swords were taken with okay. See, Jorgensen, you should just commentate. It'd be faster.
Yeah.
It'd be more accurate. Yeah.
Takes counterspell.
I like it. Airs an attack with a germ. A very cute germ.
Super adorable.
Some life is going to be exchanged. Les is going to take 4 from Josh and give it to himself.
Look at this. Sorcerer Spyglass. So, we gotta hit it as Kanta right now, right?
I think so. Yeah, when you see that counterspell. Yeah.
Like, he let this resolve. You gotta name as Kanta. I mean, maybe there's a Jace upcoming and you're gonna feel really, really bad, but like, I think it's just better off turning this off now.
Bear thinks that you play Stompy decks. I've seen him play a Stompy deck.
I definitely do not play Stompy decks.
Apparently he disagrees with you, Bear.
What Stompy deck did I play? Oh, I've played Post once.
Yeah.
Or twice.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the decks I've like least enjoyed.
So Spyglass did not name as Kanta the Sunken Ruin.
He probably named Jace then.
He named Jace with it. Hey, look! Josh found a disenchant with his Searcher's Kanta.
Yeah, Brian does play Stompy more than me.
The found it should just get turned off at this point.
No,
you found a Mark Pool Island.
I can do this. I can do this. This is important. While it's in play, this matters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just distracted, okay?
Right, chat. It matters a lot. Again, Les has a plethora of lands. Hey, it's a Bevelstrix. Do you fire off a counterspell here? Just cuz. I don't think you do.
No, he has the removal for the Strix. He doesn't care. He's like, oh, I'll kill this. I'll kill this with the draw on the stack. Sure.
Hey, we got a cheer. What? There's like a speaker somewhere.
Yeah, I heard it too.
Just this like minor.
It was really weird.
Nate, way to cheer. I'm proud. It was kind of a weirdly timed cheer. Yeah, I think naming search was correct.
I think he's mocking me and my ability to move the fountain thing. I think that's what it is. Oh, he just figured out how to do that.
Oh, yeah. When you figure it out, you should do it. So, if you guys didn't know in chat, and maybe this isn't a thing anymore, but it was last week. If you have Twitch Prime through Amazon Prime, right? You can link your Twitch account to your Amazon account for free. And then you don't have ads and stuff through Twitch. It makes sense to do, right? But there's like a one-time, you can, for $1, buy 500 bits that you can share people with, which is a good deal. Normally that's like $5 or $8 or something like that. So, and it's $1. And you could cheer at us. We wouldn't say no, or you could just cheer other people. That's fine too. But it's not hard. Yeah. See, Jorgen said almost. He's close to 500 bits.
Close.
He watched an ad on mobile.
That's what he did.
And then got 2 bits for it, and felt really bad about it afterwards because he like two bits for watching that ad. All right, Jace dies to a germ token. Les goes up to some amount of life that doesn't matter at all. Josh's life stays at 12. And there's a death right. Oh! It's on.
It's
on.
He gets his phone out. He's like, oh man. Here we go.
You can't cheer on your own stream, but this isn't actually my stream. I'm just happen to be commentating on it, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
We're just here to hang out.
Yeah. Cheer. Oh. Who's in first place now? This guy?
No, Nate is.
Oh, he had 100, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think I have that many anymore. I used them all up last week. Oh, it's a cheer battle. Some streams have this happen, and it's like hundreds of bits are being thrown back and forth, and Jorgens and I are throwing pennies at each other.
I can actually envision of you two doing that.
So, okay, Bear has an interesting point. Not bouncing the Better Skull was kind of suspect. Let's see how this plays out, because I think Josh some of Les's decisions I could argue against, right?
Yeah.
And maybe it's through inexperience playing this deck. He's been on a variety of other decks recently. Josh usually is making a well-decided decision off of something like that. So he lost Jace, but he would have lost it anyway, right? So he got a free brainstorm activation by not bouncing.
Yeah, I don't know. It would have been pretty annoying for Les to have to like play the batter school again,
Yeah.
and then
Cheer 5. Oh man. Let's see if I can beat 5. That sounds hard.
I don't know if you can. Does it show you a total of what you have?
Oh, I got enough. Back in second place. Yeah.
People are like trying to watch the match. He's just like throwing up pennies. But Les is better sleeping at some point.
Whoa. Hey, look. Altars. There's a link you guys can click and go look at altars.
Yeah, guys. So Bryce, this kind guy right here, he does all sorts of altars. So check out that link that just went through the chat. Bryce Felt altars. They are phenomenal.
Somebody's gonna run out of bits here in a minute. And it's gonna be
It's
me.
gonna be you.
I can't go watch an ad
is
or
it keeping track?
buy any right now.
Yeah. So
Oh.
Nate's got 100.
I'm out of.
And then Bear's got 10, and you've got 8. Jorgensen has 8. You're not even in the top 3.
Hold on.
The Plinko Cup isn't up. And I could pull it up here.
Back in second place.
What's the? I don't know what one it is.
Go studio and look at
The other one.
yeah, and select it. It's
Tip tracker.
It's what is this? A media source? Uh-oh. Did you put yourself at 99? But now I have no idea what's happening in the game at all. Fight me. What's funny is I've cheered like several times on several different days trying to instigate something along these lines. Never happens. Everybody's just like, hey, Bryce is cheering again. Cool.
Look at the media source.
Browser maybe? Uh-oh. Paul jumps in. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. Right now it's you gotta pass 100 to knock Jorgensen out of third place. Okay.
I can put it up there somewhere.
Oh,
is it gonna work though?
Yeah.
You think
Maybe. There it is.
Oh my goodness, are we gonna actually keep this here?
You could make it a lot smaller.
There.
Every time you cast Pan Glacial Worm from your deck.
Let's put it there.
Oh dear.
That way when we drop things, see like right here,
Uh-huh.
if I just drop something,
It
it'll
falls
go into
in.
the Plinko.
Yeah. Let's see if it
Perfect.
works.
Probably doesn't work. There's no way it was that easy. This is OBS we're talking about. Nothing's that easy.
Uh-oh. I'm all out. No!
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
There's just a few more steps to make that thing active.
Yeah.
Just turn it off. Make it go away. All right. Back to this very interesting game of Magic that I've totally followed every moment of. Would you say that this game that we haven't been paying attention to at all is totally being decided by that Search for Riscanta that could have been thought seized away?
Yes, and this is exactly why I would have taken it. I mean, the game's gonna go long. Your opponent has answers for all of your threats. Okay, so this isn't one of those matchups where it's like, if I resolve my Journey Nemesis, I'm gonna win this.
Yeah.
You know, it's not gonna be like that. So, with that said, I just don't want to see stuff like Jace and stuff like Search. Those are the two cards I don't want to see.
Yeah. Non-interactive. Thank you. They were fun to do. I figured out kind of a process that I could do them fairly inexpensively, and it's kind of weird. I've been sending them all over the place. People. I just did a knowledge pool. Foil knowledge pool, and it's on its way to England because they wanted a masterpiece knowledge pool.
They just needed it.
Yeah, and it looked good.
When you cast a spell, it doesn't just resolve; it has to go into the pool of knowledge first.
I don't know if I actually have an image of it. I think I must. I must have, right?
Yeah,
I don't think I posted an image.
Get it put up. If it's sweet. People wouldn't mind seeing some more of those
there it is.
type of things.
I'll throw this up on there real quick while we're watching this super interactive game of Legacy here.
Yeah, our backfoot match is already done as well.
All right. Knowledge pool.
Big plain treat incoming. Cheer 50. Oh man. Good night, Jorgensen. Where did you get all those bits?
He has Twitch Prime, and he for $1 got 500 bits. Guys, if you have Twitch Prime, for one time only, you can. I can't do both of these things at once. Okay, there it is. I just posted to that to Felt Altars, the knowledge pool. Everyone into the pool. Yeah. Look, 2 counterbalances when 1 isn't enough.
Yeah, sometimes you just need 2. I remember when he would play Keranos in his deck, and he would actually like play out his other counterbalances just to get devotion. It was pretty funny. 2
can make sense, right? You can trigger and then you can cantrip and blah blah blah. Has Deathrite resolved? Probably not.
Oh, you think it's resolved, huh?
Josh is down to 3 life, so it needs to, right? Like,
yeah.
And Josh has to interact with it here.
Josh is holding on to a bunch of things that don't matter too much.
Cheer 256.
I do. Because the power of disposable income.
It's a random number.
I have never been blessed with that power. I hear it's great.
You don't get blessed with it. You have to actually like go out and get it.
What?
Pretty sure that's how it works. Deathrite resolving would have been hot. No, Deathrite resolving would have put Josh at 1, and then the game would have ended.
My goodness,
Swift rage.
Freaking war. We have a war over here.
Nate has nothing else to do because he's in Des Moines. I fully approve.
Wait, so you guys weren't joking when you were saying that was a place?
Nate, you didn't answer what you're doing there, though.
It's true.
Did Deathrite actually resolve?
Yeah, I think it did. And end of turn, he's getting a bunch of angels, I think.
Okay.
Oh, no, it didn't.
Yeah, there we go. Counterbalance said no.
Yeah.
See? There's the actual name of the city.
Des Moines?
Brian used to live near there.
Brian's lived near everywhere. Somebody will be like, oh yeah, I live in Seattle, and Brian's like, I've lived near there, Salt Lake City, Utah.
Hey, look, here's a whole bunch of angels that are going to attack Les, and even though he's at 35 life, he's a turn away from dead.
Kind of surprised we didn't even see the Force of Will come out on this, because he had the mana. I mean, it wasn't going to resolve. There's a Pyroblast and a million other things over there.
It is a better school.
Des Moines is pretty cool. It's like if Provo was interesting.
Okay, so
Provo is definitely not interesting.
Josh attacked for 20 last turn, so Les is down to 15. And now he's dead.
Yeah, looks that way.
Yeah, so Miracles is considered a control deck, right? Like that's
Yes.
how most people think of it. But in some ways, it's actually more of a combo deck. It's like a really slow combo deck, and I like thinking of it that way. Where yeah, you control the game, you control the game, you control the game, but
You're trying to assemble. Well, it's kind of a lockdown, right?
yeah,
You're trying to assemble a lock.
It's kind of a weird way of thinking of combo, but
Yes.
Entreat feels combo-y.
Yeah, kind of does.
The one card combo deck, yeah.
Look, we've got an empty other table.
There's somebody sitting at that table that you just called empty.
Yeah, but nothing's there. Nothing's
Apparently
happening.
Trace isn't actually there.
Trace isn't really there. Ignore Trace, everybody.
Every control deck is a combo deck. Yeah, okay. Miracles is more so like Sultai Control is a control deck, right? You're attacking their hand, you're countering things, you're playing things like Liliana. Miracles though, you're assembling a combination of cards that win the game, and so that's how it feels combo-y.
Go play him. I've lent out so many cards. I don't have a deck at the moment.
Non-interactive is interacting with us right now.
Yeah, he is.
I'm confused.
Me too.
We'll bet bits on the game. Now you have to. You have 1 minute and 42 seconds to come to a conclusion of a game.
No way. No way.
If we had
over 10 minutes, I would.
that's the whole game. Okay.
I'd have to borrow Bryce's Grixis Delver deck, and then you guys would get to make fun of me as I try to pilot.
I don't think I brought
Grixis
it
Delver.
today. I'm sorry.
You didn't bring it?
No.
To the place where you play Magic, you didn't bring your deck?
Mm-mm.
It's a weird thing to do.
Yeah, I feel like okay, all right. I'm not the only one who calls it combo, and so I agree that it's a control deck, and yet there's elements of it that feel more like a combo deck.
His deck isn't full custom, but there are a lot of alters in it right now.
Yeah, most of them are on my page. I didn't bring it.
You didn't bring the deck.
You can look at that link. I guess it's not there anymore. I'll throw it up for you guys. Right here. If you go to this page, most of my recent posts, there's some Eldrazi I did recently, but then everything before that were alters I did for Grixis Delver. But they're kind of in a random order because of the way Facebook
Your
does
food
things.
chain almost has more alters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Brian's food chain. I altered several cards for that, and there's many in there as well.
What decks are playing tonight? So far, all we've seen is Miracles, 4-color Deathblade, Death and Taxes, and Grixis Delver. Those are the only 4 decks we've seen so far. We have 18 people
Exclamation
tonight.
point alters. Nope.
You can create that though, can't you?
Oh, probably. I'd have to ask Jorgensen.
Is there a long line for alter commissions?
No.
He says no.
I'd be a week before I could start, and then another a week before I would start the digital. I do digital mock-ups of almost everything I do, and so there's kind of a time process. I can't just begin that way, and so because it's kind of a little back and forth where I send it to the client and make sure that it's liked. Have we had any issues registering at a competitive REL? So in Seattle, we had quite a few people who were playing with cards that I've altered, and the head judge there was quite strict. He kind of came up with reasons why he, like for example, I did a set of Ponders and I did a set of Delvers, and he would let me play with one but not the other. It was my choice though, and I'm surprised at that. Like he thought they were too similar, and they're not. But it's like he was coming up with reasons on the spot why he got to say no to things, and yeah, I was surprised at that. But I think they would be allowed at most events.
Most.
Yeah.
I mean, we also went to the Mox Boarding House event, and they were all okay.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. Oh, she's got a card for me. Oh, I want it. Be right back.
Okay. All right. Looks like the next round is going up. So we've got Corey and Alfred, and Davis and Josh. So let me get that set up for you guys. Alright, so usually Corey's on 4-color. I'm not sure what Alfred's on at the moment. We'll see though. He's on Miracles. We have 2 Miracles players here tonight. So both of our tables have Miracles on them. Great. What?
Really? You guys started that? Great. We have. Don't even worry about putting titles up.
Why?
Everybody at the table, all 4 matches. Reset that camera.
That's weird.
Is playing Miracles. Miracles versus Miracles versus Miracles versus Miracles.
What?
Yeah.
So, do we want to just skip this round?
Do you brainstorm some ideas first, or do you just do it on the fly? So, often what I do is if somebody says, "Hey, I want this card altered," and they want to see some cool stuff, I scour the internet for art or patterns that I think would work with the existing art, since you kind of have to leave the existing art as a way to make it still tournament playable, right? And then I digitally manipulate it through Photoshop until I like it, and it's something that I would like. And then I show it to the client and say, "Hey, what do you think of this one or this one?" And then we can tweak it, whether tweaking the colors or tweaking the pattern or whatever. And that's worked out pretty well. I think that's what sets my alters apart from others, is that I have that whole digital process where I get to you get to see it beforehand and have input. But yeah, sweet. Message me, please do. It's been fun to do alters, particularly for people in stream. It's more fun when it's somebody that I kind of interact with instead of just some stranger. But wait, I just got this card.
Yeah, I'll switch it. What is it? Show us.
I've been meaning to get one. And so now I got
It's
one.
yours?
Yeah.
You have a foil?
I hate it.
Where'd you?
Shay was selling it.
Selling it. I think it's funny that Nate thinks I'm like sad about there being a bunch of Miracles. I actually really like the Miracles deck. I just don't love commentating on it. Neither of us particularly do.
Right on, Claymore. I'll get back to you probably tomorrow and get started on kind of my time frame and stuff like that and prices.
Why is Corey playing Miracles? He plays 4-color. Why can't he just do that?
Yeah, we've seen the Corey versus Josh matchup. On our other side, we have Josh versus. Wait, is it Josh versus Alfred? Is that what it is? Okay.
Josh versus Davis.
Josh versus Davis on Miracles, and Corey versus
I
Alfred
didn't know
on
that
Miracles.
Davis had Miracles. Kyra hates Miracles, confirmed. No, I actually like pretty much every deck in Legacy. The only ones I have a hard time with are the ones that are hard to commentate on. So Miracles is hard to commentate on, and so is Storm.
I don't think Miracles is the hardest deck to play in Legacy.
It's up there. It's one of the. I'd say it's one of the.
I think
highest
to play it well,
yes,
you have to be experienced for sure.
I don't think it's higher than Elves. I think Elves involves more.
I could pick up Miracles and play it
decent, fine,
mediocrely. Yeah. I could pick up Elves and just lose.
Yeah, I've tried picking up Elves,
but maybe it's because I have more experience
lose.
with control decks than whereas Elves is kind of a different animal.
There aren't a lot of combo decks that
like Miracles.
Well, no, there aren't a lot of combo decks that use permanents. You know, like where all of your combo pieces are permanents. I mean, maybe if you play like a lot of Commander, there are, but Elves is like the only one. Every other combo deck is usually like, okay, I'm going to play these 2 cards and kill you, or Storm is like, okay, I'm going to count things up and kill you. It's all in your hand.
Okay. Yeah, I guess once you know how to play Elves, then I could see why you'd say that Miracles is more challenging mentally.
It's a little more repetitive. Once you get Elves, I can see that. I can see that. Once you actually understand Elves, then it's kind of an easy deck. Whereas Miracles isn't going to stop being difficult because you're reacting to your opponent, not trying to combo off. I can understand that.
I think this argument can only be decided with bits, and Bear with 2 arms is winning. So
it's true. We've got Bear with
Miracles is obviously more challenging than Elves, and Nate says Storm is next, so Storm takes second.
Oh, okay.
Hey, look,
both
fine. Players have a counterbalance, and is it weird that I don't care? No, the Miracles versus Miracles can actually be an interesting. It can be fascinating, but it also.
But Corey already has a threat in place, so this game's already over.
No, he doesn't. It's gone already.
Oh, dang it!
It got counterbalanced.
Oh, crud.
Storm is definitely not harder.
It's not. It is not harder. I'd say that Storm is one of the hardest decks to learn initially, but once you've learned it, it's the same thing over and over again. If you've never played a Storm deck, then I'd say it's difficult. Yeah, the Doomsday piles are insane.
Escobert! Or Escobert, or Escobre, I don't know. Way to follow. Congratulations on clicking that button and selecting things.
You click the button real good.
Yeah. So for you guys, for some of you, if you're new to our stream here, we stream Live Legacy every Tuesday and Friday night, and normally we even commentate on it.
Normally.
But we have Miracles versus Miracles, and we just watched Miracle, and so it's a miracle if we actually watch this game.
Yep.
But yeah, give us a follow, and you'll see when we go live, and that'd be neat.
Yeah, that would be neat.
I'd be impressed.
No, you wouldn't.
If you followed.
No.
Yeah.
The most recent thing says that you're not.
I don't know, Brian. Why even quote that again? That doesn't make sense. You're pretty sure Corey has slammed the door shut here.
I don't think so. Not quite. Piltdown, thanks for the follow.
I'm almost impressed with that follow.
Almost?
Yeah.
That's better than not impressed.
Alfred only has white cards, so he loses. Alfred's playing with unstable basics, so I have to give the edge to Corey.
Corey's aren't a lot better.
You would have forced back there. I haven't even been following enough to know what's in hand. Ooh, there's a Searcher's Canto. Let's see if that changes things here. All right.
Yeah, I'll start things off with Ponder.
It's like, what, turn 5? So now we can start commentating now that it matters almost a little bit. Yeah, in another 6 or 7 turns.
Nothing important has happened in the first 4 turns in Legacy.
No. Counterbalance. Sure enough. Okay, so Alfred baited out the counterbalance trigger with this, and now he's going to run out the Searcher's Canto. Corey can fetch if he wants to. or you can brainstorm to stop it that way, and then things are probably over. Davis is on Miracles too. All 4 players at our feature match table are playing Miracles.
See, a man with a plan. I have a bunch of APACs. I can't do the 7th Ed foils though. I love my APAC lands. I would do them over unstable lands any day, and I have foil unstable lands. I use my APACs like way before. That's why I like my Nick Fit deck, because like you get up with 8 basics. I have lots of pretty ones, so I just like pick one of each like different type. It's great.
Is a resolved Jace basically game over? Usually the player who resolves a Jace first wins, sure. There's a lot more that goes into it to get to that point, right?
Nickfit does rule. The one I've been playing is Nickfit though. The Academy Rector version kind of plays more like a combo deck than it does a...
Alright, so for people that are new, we stream Legacy a lot, right?
Yes.
It's always, every Friday and every Tuesday, it's always Legacy. Friday nights we have other people playing Modern and Standard and whatever other format they want, but we're streaming Legacy. So we purposefully expect people watching to have a pretty good grasp on Legacy as a format,
yeah,
right?
We do.
We're not really into the whole explaining decks from the base, unless they're really wonky decks that we have a, if somebody's going to play Cheerios or something like that, we'll probably explain it to you guys what the plan is.
If it's odd.
And if you watch Legacy at all, you probably have a pretty good feel for Miracles decks. There's definitely a variety of them. There's different win conditions, but they're all pretty much the same, 68 cards, and then maybe there's 7 cards different between them all. But that's what we try and do here. So we do a little bit of the play-by-play, a little bit of the trying to figure out what the lines should have been. And I'm often out of my depth when it comes to Miracles versus Miracles, because it's like it's not a deck that I play, and so I'm just guessing often. Whereas other decks, I feel like, or when it's Miracles versus something else, I feel like I can figure out the line. But in the mirror match, it's just kind of card advantage, right?
Yeah.
It's who gets the card advantage out first. Alfred got the search out. It lived, but Jace is already down, and Counterbalance is going to stop most of everything here.
Fit for life, for sure. There are tons of cool Nick Fit strategies. You're great.
Yeah. Bears got it. It's who gets it out first. I mean, I've seen games where there's both players have counterbalances out, both players have Jaces out, and the game still takes 20 turns before it ends, right? And those times can be really interesting because it's the fine minutia of which spell you counter when you use your resources, which player has more cards in hand often is how it gets at that point.
Yeah, and it's like incredibly clear here. If we've got Corey with a Jace and a Snappy on board, and he also has the hand.
Yeah, he's
Alfred's not coming back from this.
No, he's got enough mana. He can hard cast a Force of Will, which changes card advantage as well, versus Alfred over there with just 4 lands. It makes a difference. 1K at Mox Bellevue. We got to go there for right before GP Seattle. We were all there. A lot of us were there.
We went for the 5K.
And we played in the 5K.
We were all there.
A very nice store. It was fun. Play Mixfit. Easy.
Josh Warmonks, I'll even send you a list. I'll send you a list of what exactly to play.
Yeah, what are your choices for this 1K? What are you jumping between? If you're not sure what to play, you probably have 2 or 3 decks that you're thinking about. Now I'm curious. Whoa! Image in chat.
Yeah, those are sweet alters.
Those are very cool. Like a distressed look.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of stayed away from doing distressed cards because so many other people are doing it. I keep trying to do something that other people are not doing.
Nate's like, whiteboard important. What's going on? I know. Corey's not other people. He likes his whiteboard importance.
You're thinking of Death and Taxes because so many people are playing Delver?
Yeah, D&T is a good deck if you know it well.
Squealerin. Brian, I want to see you play Squealerin.
Well, he pretty much has to.
I made rules for when he plays it though. He has to yell "squee" every time he casts "squee." He has to, like yell it out loud.
Okay.
Every time.
Okay.
And the whole point of the deck is that you cast it a lot.
That's it.
So he's going to be yelling "squee"
So throughout his combo, he's hoping that he can just demonstrate the loop and that his opponent will concede.
Okay, but then rule number 2 is that he has to acquire at least 20 squeeze, and then when he demonstrates the loop, he has to money the squeeze at his opponent and just bombard his opponent with squeeze because it's a goblin bombardment deck. I would film that, and it would be awesome.
All right, let's go over to our other match. It is actually just the same thing.
It's actually the exact same board state.
Like I know we just saw a match end.
This one's way more interesting.
But this is the same match.
When I play it with you, okay.
There are some different people. I had no idea we had this many Miracles decks in. We normally don't. Normally there's 2 in store. Did you know that this many people owned Tundras in our store? Yeah. Me neither. Yeah. All right, so we're jumping into this one. This is probably game 1. You see Josh there with a Jace with 9 counters on it and an unflipped search. On the other side, Davis is playing with a Soothsaying, which has fallen out of favor in Miracles builds, but it's still decent. It's a weird card in that it doesn't really do anything for a while, and then later it's pretty strong. He's also got a counterbalance. So the combination of Soothsaying and counterbalance, Soothsaying kind of acts like Sensei's top, sort of. It makes an impression of one. How about that? What's the best Miracles deck against the mirror? Soothsaying. Okay, was it ever in favor? No, it was tried. It was tried. It was in several builds for a while, and it was in winning decks for a while. But that's just because competent Miracles players were trying it. Our Fuller. This is a blue-white control deck. That uses Jace and usually Monastery Mentor to win the game. Yeah, and I think the red for Josh is just there for Pyroblast and maybe the Ashes card. From the Ashes. From the Ashes. Yeah. From the Ashes. We've also seen a couple different things. Like Josh played Nahiri for a little bit. He's played Keranos. Yeah. But yeah, typically just for Pyroblast. The one with the most REBs. Yeah. The Pyroblasts. And we'll see if that makes a difference in game 2 for sure. So, okay, this is kind of fun, right? We've got a Jace on one side, but it's really high. It's really ticked up high. Both of them have flipped as Kantas, and this other Jace resolved, and I think it just brainstormed, so it just has 3 counters on it. Right. I like how the one card that's questionable as to what it is super glary. Yeah. You can't quite see it. That's weird. It's right in the middle of the table too. That's a weird spot to have a glare. Because the light that's I think I know why. Oh, I need to fix that. I do know why. Josh has by far the most correct basics, so we should stay at this table. Okay, I agree. That's fine. I mean, it's the same thing on the other table, so we're not really missing Signed anything. Beta basics are more correct than the unstable ones. And I like the Urza Saga ones too. That's not a glare, that's an altar. You just smash some white paint all over it. That's great. What are my thoughts on the new Planeswalkers coming out in the new set? So, okay, there's Karn, Jaya, and Teferi. Mm-hmm. We're talking about Legacy, right? Nate's gonna try Karn in Legacy. He's gonna see if it can happen. Karn's interesting. Like it's the one that could be played, and if the Soul Lands make it playable. Yep. Like that's the only one that I think could be played there. And honestly, like Miracles could probably put a 1 of Teferi in their deck and make it work, but then again, they could put 1 of anything in their deck and make it work. You're trying Karn and Legacy Tez. I mean, that's the place to try it, right? Like you're playing City of Traders, you're playing Ancient Tombs, deck fade number 5. Yeah, I mean, like, so I've been messing with the new Brawl format because I work at the store and I'm, you know, I want to keep up to date on things. And like I got a Karn and I put it directly into my Artifact Matters deck. The card, you can just tick it down. You've got like a freaking army, you know. It's pretty impressive. You appreciate people who play Tez and Legacy? Well, that's the deck that I want to play more than any other deck. The problem is I do not have the money.
All right, so we've got some crazy interaction happening. We've got Predict into Predict on the other side. Josh draws 2 cards. Counterbalance is getting forced by Davis, and it looks like Josh is allowing that. But his Jace is at 12. So I kind of don't think any of this matters. All right, so Predict resolves. He knew Swords to Plowshares. He gets to draw 2 cards. And Josh plays a land and says, go. And that Predict is just going to hang out there. There we go. Okay. So what? Davis is... He gets a few more turns. If he can find a Council's Judgment and have it resolve... That's kind of what he's hoping for here. Okay. Snapcaster. Brainstorm first. You've got a link. That's what?
Oh, it's a Mythrealized Miracles deck.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's the weird thing. Bear with 2 guns. I think normally we don't have this many Miracles players.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, we usually have 1 and
maybe
1
2.
lands and 1. We have a nice variety, a nice diverse meta usually.
Most of our meta is 4-color and Delver usually. So this is strange.
All right, so Snapcaster targeting, I'm not sure what, on Davis's side. Josh is going to respond with his own Snapcaster. We're having a great time. Hey, Jay, if you fall asleep, it's going to make me fall asleep. And we actually have Miracles versus Miracles on our other table as well, Jay. Is this still game 1 versus the Miracles versus Miracles last week? Yes.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yes, we actually, it's been a week. And... Ooh, playing with a Thoughtseize. Interesting. Yeah, I'd say it's a normal amount of Delver. How about that?
I think as far as decks that we have more of, we have more 4-color and Delver, but I don't know. A lot of the 4-color players switch between 4-color and Delver here.
Am I a committed Delver player? Oh no.
Yeah, you are.
I gotta get off that. As soon as everybody knows exactly what I'm playing.
Like you and Noah and Terry, I'll have it.
Can we switch the life and the round timer because we know which one's more important? I like it. All right, Council Judgment resolves. Josh loses his very ticked up Jace. I followed that play-by-play perfectly, and I know exactly what happened. Not really. I guess Josh's Snapcaster got countered, and Davis was able to flash back Council's Judgment successfully, and Josh tapped all his lands.
It's a weird thing to do.
Yeah. Swarming Dirt knows what I'm on. Fuck. Ah.
Calvin usually plays 4-color.
Yep.
And Terry's usually on Delver. But Terry's even mentioned, he's like, if Calvin weren't always on 4-color, then I would be.
That Snapcaster went to the graveyard instead of Exile. That's a game loss, right?
Yeah,
that's a game loss. Pretty sure that ends the game right there.
Anything to end the game, please.
All right, Counterbalance is going to resolve a brainstorm. Davis is going to try and put his Jace back on top for the second Counterbalance trigger to counter this Jace on the other side. Everybody knows what I said, right? That made sense. Yeah, this is. I'm pretty sure this is game 1. There's a Jace. Jace gets countered by Jace.
Yep.
See, that's what legendary planeswalkers do. When one of them is on the battlefield, if you play another one, it gets countered. Right?
Yes.
That's how it works.
And here's a new Jace.
Council's Judgment takes care of Davis's Jace. Davis plays another Jace. I think I just said Jace 4 times in a row, and I was talking about 4 different Jaces.
Jace. Yep, 4 Jaces.
Uh-huh. Noah has been on Miracles recently.
Yes, I mean, he's on Delver today, but usually he plays Miracles. Usually he's our second Miracles player. And then Davis, he's been on like the Waterfalls deck. He was on Sneak and Show for a while.
Yep.
So that's why I'm surprised to see him with this deck today. And then Corey's usually on 4-color. Alfred usually borrows a deck.
All right, so Davis comes out of all of that mess with the resolved Jace. Josh now needs to start digging for something. He finds nothing, and he scoops it up. 2 counterbalances, Soothsaying. That's really it, right? And a resolved Jace. And Josh says, I can't win through that.
Davis picked up Miracles recently. Okay.
So they're going to go to game 2 with...
He beat the Master in game 1.
22 minutes. See, obviously, Soothsaying is a powerhouse.
Look at this. On our other table...
And I wouldn't be surprised if this is what we see. If we see this...
At the very beginning of the game. This might actually be game 3.
This is probably game 3, yeah.
We probably missed.
You can go ahead and just edit that score counter. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is what we see from our other match too, where Monastery Mentors come in from the sideboards. And it changes the game dramatically. In fact, why don't you... We can stay here for now, see how this plays out. Here's a Swords on Mentor.
Yeah, I know, Brian. I know this is Davis Sturgeon. It's pretty. Yeah, our resident lands players would agree with you, Bear.
Especially when they play Choke.
Yeah. No, they play Choke and they actually get there.
All right.
That's the time they get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul beat Miracles in the finals of our 1K because of Choke.
So both these guys are just running out permanents right from the get-go. Looks like Alfred has Counterbalance and Jace. Corey lost his Mentor, and now he's kind of on the back foot.
Yeah, Davis Knaff, it hasn't been here in a little while, but he'll usually play Enchantress, which I'm always entertained by.
Council's Judgment, probably on the Jace. And Counterbalance isn't even going to trigger. Yeah, it's not even worth it. I don't even want to know. We should argue about who plays what deck the most.
Oh, we should.
Yeah.
Force gets flustered, and bye-bye Jace.
Pass the turn. I'm just kidding, Nate. Because I'm never part of the conversation.
No, it's because you bring some random pile of cards every time, Nate. And nobody knows what to call your decks.
Fight! I don't know why he didn't try and trigger off of... He must have known what it was, right? I'm surprised he didn't try and... I guess you can't counterbalance a Fluster Storm.
Mismatch Basics? I hope I hope Alfred loses. Bear, the deck that Alfred actually has is JBA 734s. The person like 2 above that comment in the chat. That's his deck. It's being borrowed.
All right, so do you guys want to jump back to Davis versus Josh, or do you guys want to stay here and see how this plays out? I'm a little curious to see how Davis with his soothsaying plays out versus Miracles with Pyroblast. Should we switch to that?
Sure.
All right. Then we get to see the whole game. All right. So Josh was on the play since he lost game 1. They've only got 20 minutes, so you're going to see Josh play pretty quick, but that doesn't mean he's playing like not thinking things through. And we'll see if Davis kind of matches that speed. It'd be interesting.
Philtown says he wants to see the Miracles versus Miracles because that's the match that he's been wanting to see.
I'm glad we could bring you the content you were excited for.
Wait, so you want us to switch it, or can we just stay here? I'm confused.
All right. So unlike the other match, nobody gets to play anything on turn 2 here. I'm not even sure anymore.
Look at this. We've actually got some viewers now. It's great. All that non-legacy stuff that's going on Twitch right now. Right. I don't understand why any of you would want to be there.
Uh-huh. All right. Davis has a brainstorm. He gets to find a counterbalance and a search for his Kanta. And he's going to put back some of those cards. Where is Captain QC? I don't know. Take a break. Those Canadians never know what they're doing.
He joined the chat like as we were ending the stream on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's HC Fox that we haven't.
All right.
I haven't seen in a minute.
Here's a fight, maybe a potential fight over a counterbalance. Josh is going to use up a force of will, pitching a force of will. And Dave says, okay.
I guess Josh wants his cantrips to resolve.
I think that's safe to run out this mentor, right? If you're not going to fight at all over that counterbalance, this mentor is probably pretty safe to come out.
You met HC Fox in Seattle? I spent like all of my time in Seattle with HC Fox. We just went from bar to bar to bar the entire time we were there. He's like one of my favorite people.
Just don't ask him about which cards should be banned in legacies and which cards shouldn't.
No, you want to bring up anything to Fox, anything. It doesn't matter what it is. His opinion will be different than what you're used to hearing.
than what yours is.
and for that, it'll be entertaining. Like this is why we have Fox around.
All right, so Davis is going to snap back a Ponder, and Josh responds with a fetch land and says, okay. He's being trolling the source, so yeah.
Yeah.
Josh draws a disenchant and just passes the turn. Oh, never mind. Mentor number 2.
Oh, boy.
So Terminuses probably came out for both of these players, right? Or at least that's the prediction.
Yeah, or at least a couple.
And so Josh just runs out Mentor number 2. He's going to try and go wide real quick.
I just like Brian. I just like hearing him talk about Dreadnought.
Oh, it's the greatest card of all time ever.
Yes, it's so funny.
All right, Snapcaster attacks. Take that, Josh. Take that damage. You'll like it. Josh wisely chooses not to block. I mean, he could have traded a mentor for Snapcaster. One of them's like what, a $60 card. The other one's like what, $15. It seems like it should have been a monetarily. It would have been in Josh's favor to make that block. Unexpectedly absent gets Flusterstormed. Flusterstorm's going to be Flusterstormed. That's a lot of Flusterstorms. Josh puts the unexpectedly absent One card underneath the top card.
It'll be back in a minute.
He gets some monks.
Oh, so they board in Supreme Verdict and take out a couple Terminus. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because you have to be able to beat the Angels if they hit the board. You have to be able to beat Monastery Mentor. So you want those answers somewhere in your deck.
Yeah, but there's only one, maybe two verdicts in sideboard, right?
Davis is playing the version with Susang and Unexpectedly Absent, though. I haven't seen this version in a little while. Now, I don't think this is what he wants, right? Like, I don't think either cards are looking all that great at the moment.
Yeah, Unexpectedly Absent is kind of cute with Predict, but you have to have it. That was unexpected.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay. That one's going one underneath the top as well, so we have Mentor.
Why would you put it 2 down? Why would you tap an extra mana when you know that it's just going to be a Mentor coming off the top?
Yeah, you could have just put it on top there.
That was kind of interesting.
That's okay.
Okay.
And there's Mentor number 1. Josh is just going to run it out into a counterspell. And it dies. And Monk's attack. Takes 2 damage. 13-13. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? We just watched. We like to sometimes metaphorically compare Magic to sporting events, right?
Yes.
And so I just watched some Jazz Oklahoma City Thunder last night.
I did as well.
It was an epic battle between two extremely different teams where one's playing team basketball, one's playing isolation. You know, it's like you got the mid-range deck versus the combo deck. I don't know. Doesn't matter. This is the exact same thing. Two completely different builds trying to do very different things. And it actually looks like it right now at the moment, doesn't it? Jace bounces a Mentor token.
Well, Davis has really jumped back into this one.
Davis is like, this is gonna die, right? Oh, no, not yet. Maybe. Okay, now it's gonna die. Okay.
It looks like we're gonna get a cantrip of some kind and a swing for 2. Taking out Jace seems like the right thing to do.
Disenchants the Searcher's Canto to swing for 2.
That's
Jace
also
dies.
a very good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was like.
Killing for him. Thanks for the follow.
I was like Mitt Romney. I was cheering when Russell Westbrook picked up his 4th foul.
Yeah.
It was quite enjoyable. I'm not a big Westbrook or Thunder fan, and it was fun to see them get pretty much shut down.
Yeah, the Jazz are killing it. I've been enjoying watching them. And I'm not usually a huge basketball fan.
I love the images show up in chat. Yeah. There's a great article about how the Thunder are done because of that. Because if you have Mitt Romney dissing you know, he's like on row 2 and leaning out, and it looked like he caught Westbrook's eye by the way he did that. That's the reason they're done. Monks get there. Surprise, surprise.
Yep.
They're on to game 3 with 10 minutes left.
We'll jump over to our other match while they're shuffling up.
His shirt under the jersey, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun game. It was some fun playoff basketball, for sure. We're gonna give you guys a nice breather and show you some miracles versus miracles to just really kind of take away, you know, allow you to adjust from the miracles versus miracles match.
Yeah.
It's what we do here, where we really try and show you the diversity that is Legacy. Next round, there will be some different decks on camera, all right?
We just care about the people in chat, you know? Wow, 4 miracles, that's right.
I don't think he owns a t-shirt, Nate. I think every shirt he has must have buttons on it.
Oh, see, everybody's talking about basketball, and I'm sitting here going, yeah, but the Golden Knights swept, guys. The Golden Knights. They swept. Where's all of our hockey fans? Hockey's a way more fun sport to watch.
Josh wore monks. Feels like he's a part of this broadcast because there's somebody named Josh and he had monks.
Oh, perfect.
And they went to war.
Well, little did you know you are a part of this broadcast.
Yeah, we asked chat what they wanted to see, and they loudly said miracles. So we threw as much miracles at them as we could. Are they not gonna play a third game? Is that what's happening?
Maybe it was the third. Maybe they finished up their other game like really quickly.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna go ask.
quick.
Because we didn't start on that table.
Yeah.
They could have finished game one like really quickly.
Did you guys already play?
Yeah, the Pelicans sweeping. Yeah, that was crazy.
Got it.
All right, that was.
No.
Was
Davis, Davis got that one.
Oh, Davis got that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Davis picked up the win, so
Okay.
he went 2-0.
Davis beating the master, huh?
I missed the very end of that one.
Lacrosse is fun to watch.
What's going on in baseball? What kind of craziness are you?
So anyway, let's go.
That's like talking about standard. I don't even understand.
It's the beginning
Why-
of the season. Nobody watches baseball at the beginning of the season.
Why would you?
Come on.
Why would you do that?
Why would you
The
do that?
Pelicans, though. What? That doesn't make sense either. Yeah.
The Pelicans swept, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It matters, I guess.
I'm more intrigued to see because we have Houston next, right?
Yeah.
The Jazz do. With the way that I think that's correct. I don't actually know for sure.
We still need to win.
So I'm intrigued to see if the Jazz can shut down Houston at all, like they've been able to do for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Because Oklahoma's a good team with some real strong players on it.
Yeah.
Will they be able to do that again? I mean, they're going to have a lot harder time. I think the matchup's very different. It does if you live in Louisiana! Exclamation point. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
How am I supposed to know? I don't live there.
Let us have our one favorite. Sure, you can have that one. I like it. Well done. You don't even have. Okay. What triggered MTG bot to link Sam Tank's podcast? Did it?
We support his podcast, don't we?
The Kitchen Table of Magic? Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian, who is a owner here, is a friend of Sam, and
Definitely.
we're maybe having things in the works in the future with him.
Yeah,
I'm not
we do.
sure. There he is.
See?
Brian says it.
And Brian, like we just said, the owner here, we sponsor him. It's an auto link.
Yeah, we got to chat for a while with Sam in Seattle, huh?
Yeah, we did.
He's a nice guy.
We had dinner with Ruben Bressler, right? Yeah. We talked to some people. Got to hang out for a little bit.
So I promise you guys, for the next round, we're going to see a variety of different decks. We'll have at least one of these Miracles players, but maybe I'll kick one of them out, and we'll have some different stuff to show you guys.
Yeah, we probably should.
Since these
Hopefully
guys,
the Miracles players play each other, and
These
that way we
guys
can just
finish.
watch the other match. And oh yeah, we are Small Lake City for sure.
all right, so we've got a couple minutes before round 3. Normally we show you something very entertaining in between rounds, whether it's pretty looking altars or
We'll talk about
spoiler
legacy.
cards
Look at
or
we'll look through recent tournaments or whatever.
Yeah,
We try to entertain you guys between rounds instead of throwing up ads all the time.
I don't think we're gonna do that.
No, I hate the ads. Man, if you guys ever watch other streams, they drive me nuts. Hold on, guys, I gotta watch more ads. Hold on.
I'm gonna leave you for just a minute. I'm gonna grab a drink.
Josh Warmonks went to college in SLC. That's awesome. If you've ever had the chance to visit, it's actually a really, really pretty area. And I actually like living here quite a bit. Can we give all the players a reward? Yes, SLC Punk is a movie. That is true. I don't know what more to say about it than that, but it definitely is. So is Pirates of the Great Salt Lake. Yep. we have some salt flats here. Interesting. I don't even know if I've heard of that. I mean, I know where you're talking about, but all right. Well, Bryce is gonna get some things figured out. See if get some different decks on camera this round. I will get stuff prepared for next round. How about that? Whoa. Not what I meant to do. Kyra admitted knowledge of movies. Yes, of movies. But I've never actually watched it, so don't give me that. I know it is a movie. It's because of people like you guys that just won't be quiet about them.
That's cool. Okay, I'm back with a drink. There's other people, and they're actually playing Magic, and they're not playing Miracles right now.
Nuh-uh.
I looked around the room a little bit. There's a variety of other things happening. I think there's 2 matches finishing up here.
2 matches. That's surprising. Both of our Miracles versus Miracles matchups ended before stuff.
Yeah, right.
That's strange.
You admitted knowledge of movies?
See, that's what I said. Is like they mentioned SLC Punk, and I'm like, yeah, that is a movie. That is a thing.
Swarming is Zach, right? Where has Zach been?
Yeah, where has Zach been? There's actual Magic being played? What?
But no one is on Food Chain. It's correct. See, when you're not here, Brian, I feel like we need to make it so no one is playing the deck to pay homage to the fact that no one can really play it better than you.
Lord 40, thanks for the follow. Nobody can play it better than Brian. Brian he's usually on our feature match in our feature match area rounds 3 and 4.
That's usually because I need somebody to replace the Miracles versus Miracles match, and I go and ask Brian if he'll be on camera.
No, he usually 3-1s or 4-0s. He usually does well.
Miracles kind of is, in a way. Like, there's been a version of Miracles since almost the beginning of Magic, right? Oh,
he just cheered us 10.
It's another cheer fight. I'm out of cheers at the moment, and I can't get more here. Brian will fight you.
It is the deck.
And I'll respond to people that message me about altars later. Yeah, the deck. That's what it's called. Exactly. As long as you're playing with Moat and Sarah Angel.
Minus Mind Twist. Oh, that card's so gross.
What? What is the current cheer count at here? We've got Bear is in the lead with 445.
Okay.
Nate close behind with 432, and Jorgensen in a distant third with 420.
I think he wanted to stay at 420. In fact, I'm almost positive about that. That was the goal.
Could Mind Twist be unbanned? Go. Sure.
No.
Could it be unbanned? Yeah. I don't think it's going to be unbanned. What? There's another card that does the exact same thing for 1 more black, and it's unplayable, right?
Mind Shatter.
Yeah. Mind Twist is far more fair than Grizzlebone. Yeah, I agree. Mind Twist leads. I think the reason Mind Twist is still banned is because it leads to games that are people don't like. That would be my guess, because it's a fine card. What do you guys think? Here's a question, because we actually haven't had this conversation in chat before. What do you guys think about having a legacy restricted list? Would that be better for the format if certain cards were restricted?
I think it'd probably be messy, but I think we'd eventually get to a point where that's a good thing.
Would it be more fun, or would it absolutely not matter? Like, I don't even know what would go on this list. Yeah. I think that's kind of my first reaction to Jorgensen, is that it's scary to try and go that way, and it changes things too much.
That's exactly what I mean, though. It'd be really messy at first, at least. I'm sure eventually we'd get to a point where we have everything where it needs to be, but there'd be plenty of trial and error to get it there. So
it's not like cards that, like, if we're talking about Deathrite Shaman, for example, that's not a card that makes sense to be a restricted card, right? I guess.
Waiting for your response.
So that it becomes a singleton format. There you go. Just all the cantrips. Just brainstorm. Just every card that's played a lot of will restrict it. And what? No. Okay. All right.
No. Well, the thing is like, all in all, this format's really, really well balanced. It's actually a great format at the moment, and despite Grixis Delver being all over the place and everybody wanting Deathrite Shaman's head, it's actually been, I think it's better than the other two formats by a decent degree. So I don't think there's any need to ban or restrict or anything like that at the moment.
What is our... Not quite. We should be right at about the end of time for round 2, so we should have people finishing up here in just a moment. A country like even.
I don't even know what that means.
He's being cryptic. I'm liable to complain about any format at any time.
Yeah, you tell us.
That format, block constructed, is dumb.
I definitely think Deathrite Shaman does that.
4 killer decks playing Blood Moon is a line
but
that
I don't necessarily think it's a problem.
I was playing Grixis Delver with no basics, and I was playing Price of Progress, and I tried to jam 2 of them into my sideboard instead of 1. That felt greedy, but it was actually pretty effective. Oh, hey, Jorgensen, I played on Arena, and Block Constructed was a format, so there.
Yeah, you got him.
Yeah, take that.
I bet he's not even going to say anything about that. I bet you we just turned off the stream and just walked away. Like he just got beat by Bryce. In a words fight. Now we have other silly formats to make fun of instead of block.
If Deathrite Shaman gets banned, there's a lot of things that change in Legacy, sir. Let alone Leovold being a thing.
The biggest difference would be the check pile decks would probably get split in 2. There'd probably be a Sultai control deck and a Grixis control deck. I think that would probably be the biggest thing that would change.
Nope, I never played Frontier Bear. That thing died. It was cute.
That was a thing? I thought that was just a joke.
For about a week.
For a week. Kind of like Tidy Leaders.
6 people that had a lot of Fringe Prodigy that wanted to sell them made it a format. I think that's what happened.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah. I don't think Deathrite's getting banned anytime soon. It could go in a much higher percentage of decks and it still wouldn't be banned.
You know what would be really interesting though? You know how there's like a lot of or at least I've seen some things talking about Ravnica being the set that, or we go back to Ravnica at the end of the year.
Okay.
After the core set. It'd be really interesting if they made a fixed version of Deathrite Shaman. Not like kind of what it should be. Leave it powerful, you know, but like dumb down a couple of the parts of it that people feel like are dumbed down. Just print the dang thing again. You know, ban Deathrite Shaman from Legacy and like give it like a new one. That'd be really interesting. Sorry, that idea just barely hit my head, so I'm sure a lot of people have talked about that.
Can I Skype in to talk about Grizzlebrand?
Nate.
No, but you can Skype in to talk about True Name Nemesis if you want to.
we had a good lunch about that, huh?
Yeah, if Deathrite Shaman cost green, it probably would be fixed.
There's a lot of things
or
that would fix it.
Green black.
Yeah, if it was a 0/1, that even if it was just a 0/1, that might even fix it.
Yep. All those things.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to kill it with a fork bolt and kill something else, and then it would be fine.
I mean, like, what if you left the card or changed it to a 1/1? What if you changed it to a 1/1 and made it so its activation abilities only did one life loss or like 1 gain life, you know?
Dollar should have been a 3/1 on the flip side. I like it. If you've activated Deathrite more than 7 times this game, flip it over.
I'm trying to bring back goblins. I don't understand. What do you mean?
Yeah. I'm not sure why we have matches still going. Let's check. Pete, see how long we got here. I'm not sure if we don't have our camera flipping.
Are you actually complaining about Lackey right now, though? Like, I mean, all right. Looks like we're getting new matches. We've got Corey and Paul, Travis and Davis. Bryce. Looks like we are going to have a miracles on each match. Do you want to go and switch that now? Yeah. The first thing I see is like miracles versus lands, and the other one's burn versus miracles, and I'm just going, ugh. Let's get something different. Let's get something different up there. Squad Chief, you're not the only Corey in the world. Come on. Get a hold of yourself. Just joined. What round are we in? We are just entering round 3. Pairings just went up, and we're getting people seated right now. Oh, Squad Chief, that is so not true. Sorry to break your heart, but yeah, that is just not true, even a little bit. Alright, probably should be back in a moment. So it looks like we are getting our first table, which is lands and miracles. Type some things. So who do we have?
Corey versus Paul.
Oh, he just switched it.
And
John and Calvin?
John and Calvin. Something different.
So Calvin will be on 4-color, right?
I believe so.
I'm not sure what John's on.
I'm not 100% either.
Hasn't he played Death Shadow?
He has, but he might be on. We'll find out quick. So we're gonna start here. Our backup match is Corey, who was playing Miracles. We saw him, and Paul. What's Paul's nickname?
Paul, the Legend Berman.
The Legend. playing lands. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Nice fixing, Bryce. Bet you had to like run all the way around the store
To find another match. It was like going down miracles, right? Because they're all
1-1 or
yeah.
2-0.
Let's see what John's on. John might actually be on lands. Oh, probably not. Possibly.
We accidentally see a Bloodstained Mire. It's like, Calvin used a little trick there.
Yeah. Brand new sleeves. Knockover
Slides
card.
over. Like, oops.
Uh-huh.
You're not on Miracles.
I cut your deck. It's not my fault the card flipped over.
You'd rather keep Deathrite Shaman and keep that Public Enemy #1?
Yeah, I like the way Legacy is working right now much more than Modern as well. I agree. But Modern's very diverse. It just is diverse in a very different way where you have to play stupid hate cards.
Oh, this is burn.
If Brian's still in chat, he can probably answer that, but I don't know.
We have seen more burn lately than we've ever seen in the past.
There's a Thoughtseize that I think recently spiked as of like yesterday. If you were going to get them for 120, now they're like 220.
Are the new Dragon Shield matte art sleeves out? I think we still just have the 3 that originally came out. I haven't seen any more.
All right, so here's just a slightly different type of magic for us, right? The burn player is going to get to cast a whole bunch of burn spells. That's the trick is not dying.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned. As the Delver player, you're often trying to save some counter magic for Fire Blasts and Price of Progress. And you're mitigating the rest, kind of hoping that some of your stuff gets countered, or not countered, but burned, so that it doesn't go to your face, while landing a True Name Nemesis and winning with it, or successfully killing off. Really, when I'm playing a Delver deck, more so than 4-color, but what you hope is that the burn player draws their creatures, yes. Right? Because then you just get to kill them and you win. If they draw only burn, it's hard.
It is.
Yeah, Sanctum spiked recently. It feels like we're just going down the list of. I mean, that's played in just what
reserve card.
One deck?
Reserve list cards.
Yeah,
reserve list cards are spiking.
It's not even a played card, and it's just we're just going down the list. It was like.
Now I'm just waiting for my Academy Rectors and my Phyrexian Towers to spike as well.
Tower isn't reserved.
Tower, I think Tower is.
I think so.
Is it really not?
I think it's the one.
I thought Phyrexian Tower was. Have I been wrong about that this whole time?
I'm pretty sure it's the one land that isn't.
Chat, help me out.
Tower is not. Stronghold.
Oh, Stronghold is. Okay.
All right.
That's the one I was thinking.
So Calvin started off with Thoughtseize. So, he's helping out the burn player. And then you get a Deathrite Shaman. So this is probably going to eat. Yep. It's going to eat the Rift Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty automatic. The burn player would rather there not be a Deathrite Shaman out. And
it's going to get forced.
It's going to get forced.
Jorgensen's like, you have been wrong. Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Well,
this is why I keep people around like you, Jorgensen.
Bullrast Stronghold also isn't from Urza Saga, right? So when Cradle is reserve list, and the white one and the blue one and yeah.
The white one, the green one, the blue one,
and the red one that everybody remembers.
It's the red one.
Uh-huh. There is a red land in Urzasaga
Oh no.
that's not played ever. It's a Shivan something, right? Why are the fetches tabbed to the side? So he just revealed his hand. Those cards on the top of the table. Calvin played a Thoughtseize early, and it's his way of... Ooh. John is throwing down an early Fire Blast, sacrificing some lands and getting a prowess trigger. Shivan Gorge. Is that correct? TCG is just broken.
I wanted to look up Vicious Offering. There we go. And oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
It targets. What were we talking about?
Sacrifice
Vicious Offering for?
Sacrifice a creature.
Okay, so
for next fit.
there's only 5 permanents in play right now, if that helps. Now less. Now there's 4 permanents. Swiss Spirit gets fatally pushed.
Look at this. He's not even gonna gain life early. He's just gonna be like, yeah,
Just take some damage.
take some damage.
Next fit does.
Yeah, and it might. I don't know if that's better than Brutality or not. It could be.
Discarding Lingering Souls feels good though. All right, John's gonna. At this point, you just pick up your hand. Like Calvin knows there's a Fire Blast. He can keep track of the one card. But they're all burn cards. Okay, whatever.
How often is duress mode relevant for Brutality? Well, first off, I can kill Veteran Explorers and other things like that with it, and hit their hand. But like my weakest matchups are combo, so that's where brutalities are like necessary. Yep. And it kills Deathrite Shaman. That's like the biggest thing. And
picking out a Force of Will sometimes works, right? As a way to then get to combo off.
Yeah, Force of Will is one of the cards that you're most afraid of. And so is Deathrite Shaman. It handles both.
Alright, so John goes down to 12 by double fetching here. And just gonna throw an Eidolon at Calvin and say, hey.
It's an enchantment. Look, I'm putting the enchantment on your Battlestrix.
Yep. This Eidolon is now Idol off. It's Eidolon.
Oh.
See?
I didn't get it and now I
do. and John's gonna so is he going to lightning bolt? He's lightning bolting in response.
Yeah, he doesn't want to lose the 2, so he's gonna deal 3 damage
instead of
now.
Bolting the Eidolon. So this is great. Leave the Eidolon out there. John can like no longer cast anything except his Fire Blast. And Calvin's got a faster clock. If you can get a faster clock than the burn player, you feel pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what turning the corner is and winning.
We here at Paragon City Games break it down for you and really analyze the matchup so that you fully understand the grasp of the different intricacies that is Legacy.
Yep. What he said.
John has to do something. Probably killing the Deathrite is the correct line. He'll take some damage doing so. Or he could also swing into the Strix and see if there's a block.
Oh, there's absolutely a block, because Baleful Strix probably would have attacked last turn if there wasn't.
Yep.
I don't think Calvin can afford to take the 2 off the hit, especially knowing that there's a Fire Blast there.
Wow, he just... Okay, so Spike goes to the face no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But that means the other 2 cards are not 1-mana burn spells. Or non-creature or creature spells. Alright. Deathrite eats a doesn't matter spell. And puts John to a very close to dead 5. Yeah, John knows it. And he picks up his cards. He scoops them up, as they say.
Whoa.
As somebody says.
They would say something like that.
Somebody somewhere says that. I've heard it. Look, we don't have miracles versus miracles, and chat has gone silent. Apparently,
they're watching now. That's why.
They're like eyes are glued to the matchup.
They have something to watch. They're like, oh man, something's actually going on.
Let's go back to a much more riveting Magic, where we have miracles versus lands.
See, now people are going to get talkative again.
This is about as interesting as it gets right here. Mm-hmm. This is actually kind of a fascinating state. You don't normally see this happen, where there's a resolve Jace versus lands. Wasteland isn't a factor in this matchup because of all the basics. Ghost Quarter is
good new planes.
It's just going to keep finding lands.
Nope, it's an island. Oh, is that the only 2 planes?
Cutting Corey off of white. He has the same foil islands as you. The Noah Bradley full arts from Battle for Zendikar are kind of popular, so it's not that surprising.
They look fine. They look okay.
If I was gonna play with a full art island from Battle for Zendikar, it'd probably be the Noah Bradley one.
Here's the thing though. Basic lands take time for them to like be a good basic land. I'm being serious.
Okay.
Like, if the land has been printed in the last like 5 years, then that's just a weird land to choose. Like once it has like 10 years under its belt, then you're like, okay, this land is actually like a beautiful land to play with now.
Paul's entire board state is Mox Diamond, land, and a Life of the Loam. And I think he's been trying to deny Corey lands recently. Yes, that's his entire board state. Need to play the teacup.
Is that what that is? It's disrespect when you play the teacup? I didn't know that.
All right, so we're going to get an exploration. Paul's going to start exploring. Except he's not. When you get to hardcast a Force of Will on your opponent's exploration instead of using it on turn 1 and your opponent's playing lands, that feels great.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Merit Lach has already been Swords to Plowshared. Yeah, that's where we're at. That makes a little bit more sense.
It's all normal stuff.
When you're Miracles, you really don't care that your opponent goes to 40 life, right? Like, this is the one deck that really can just tear apart lands.
Paul does have more experience as a land player against this matchup than most.
Mm-hmm.
He plays against this deck a lot. Doesn't make it a good matchup, but
yeah. Jace has already ticked up to 7. I think there is a crop rotation in hand, so here comes another. Oh, and a Dark Depths in hand. So we get to see another Merit Lage. He just says go. Corey does have the Swords to Plowshares, so are we going to see a crop rotation into a step? I'm not sure if that's a land Paul still has anymore.
No, I don't think lands usually plays Injury Step. Turbo Depths does.
Turbo Depths does, yeah.
Lands doesn't. Be pretty funny to see as like a little addition. I want to say I have seen a lands deck with 1 in the sideboard though.
You don't need to. You just Life of the Loam it back.
Yeah.
Corey's going to run out a Mentor. Jace is ticked up to 9. And Paul does not make a 2020.
Yeah, we're going to jump back over to our other match because it's getting started and it's probably not going to last very long.
Hey, it's a Goblin Guide.
Yep, we saw Blue Elemental Blast on the top. I'm sure Calvin's pretty happy to see that.
Finally, I've had this one card in my sideboard this whole time, and I finally get to use it. Corey should have hid the Mentor. Him to Turok on top, and he just takes some damage. Ooh, he thinks about taking damage.
It's a good one for Calvin.
He needs another land in there somewhere. So I think that's what he's thinking about here. Does he?
He doesn't want to take too much damage off of this Goblin Guide.
You don't really want to draw. Yeah.
I like the
Okay.
fatal push.
You can definitely deal. Well, yeah, that's true. I agree. Because Tabernacle is a card. Yeah, I don't think there was really a reason to run it out, but okay. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
It's not even round 4. What's going on?
Whoa. New people in chat that are here, give us a follow if you haven't already. And we stream live Legacy just like this every Tuesday and Friday night. And we provide incredible play-by-play and strategic analysis to go alongside of it. Sometimes.
Because we can totally see what's in their hand and we know what they're thinking.
We know every one of these decks intimately here in our wherever we are right now.
In Draper, Utah, Paragon City Games.
In the booth where we're at.
Pendlehaven Studios.
Yeah, that thing. I said give us a follow and like 10 people left. That's great.
Look what you did.
That's awesome.
Look what you did. You asked nicely. You're like,
Yeah. Success. Well done.
Thanks for the follow, Eric. And Zach follows.
Wait a minute.
You can unfollow just so you can follow.
Whoa, here's a price of progress early.
And
Mad Robot. That one's impressive. That follow. The other two?
For sure.
They're okay.
This is 6 damage. This is probably big enough to price. I think anything, if you're only dealing 4 with your price, meh. Right?
Yeah, it just eats a blue elemental blast then.
Yep.
Yes, I did.
He unfollowed and followed. Nice, we got a follower. Oh man, you're the worst. NS407, thank you so much.
Do you think NS407 went through all of the different names and he was like,
yes,
400?
Yes.
Finally, at 406,
NS1,
407,
NS2,
suddenly, yeah, he's like, finally, this name hasn't been taken.
Jackjar, thank you. Yeah, the shiny blue elemental blast, it's really beautiful. We haven't seen a whole lot of them either.
Ooh, I don't know if it's mesmerizing. It's just cute.
It's really pretty. I think the watermarks look really good.
Him shows a path to exile. Oh, okay. I wouldn't have expected that, but there it is. Him feels really good against Burn, right?
Wow, what are you bringing in Path to Exile out of the sideboard for?
Maybe if you think you're against Delver?
If you're against Delver, that's fine. Even then, it's not great. Like, all your burn just kill their creatures, too. Guess it doesn't... That's weird.
That's why, because of this Leovold. That's the reason. Right, sure.
There's a plateau. We were totally expecting to see white in this burn deck.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yes. It's true. Playing Pyroblast is incrementally stronger than playing the red elemental blast and blue elemental blast, since you can target things even if they're not blue and play them.
I actually think it was just a couple streams ago where somebody had red elemental blast and they had a young pyro out, and like the fact that they had no targets actually made it so they couldn't go lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the opponent was tapped out. There was nothing. You know, they had like no hand, and I was like, oh man, you get to win right now. Before they untap. And they couldn't. I think they ended up winning though.
The question more crooked was, why does Path come in here in this matchup?
Yeah. No, path is fine in this deck sideboard, but I typically think you want to just go for their face.
Because whatever you're taking out is just one more thing that you'd rather have. I think.
What card in Legacy period is Burn bringing in Path to Exile for? Because off the top of my head, I can't think of anything.
What are you cutting?
Well,
you could cut the Searing Blaze or
no. I mean, like, what actually warrants bringing in a Path to Exile?
A 2020.
Okay.
Grizzlebrand, I guess, or
Guess. Yeah, Grizzlebrand. Okay.
Core Firewalker, correct? All those Core Firewalkers that are roaming around Legacy sideboards.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
I guess they are in some Death and Taxes decks, right?
Yeah, so Grizzlebrand in a 2020.
Yeah.
I hardly think they need it against Goyf. What deck in Legacy plays Goyf and Burn cares about it? I can't think of one.
All right, we got a Mentor with an empty hand. John is Hellbent. Calvin's got a Deathrite Shaman that's going to come down, and he gets to Ponder as well. It is good for killing Squire. It's control. You're right. Yeah, there we go.
Thought you were talking about... Huh. Have you ever talked about Modern on this stream with a positive attitude?
Sometimes, occasionally, we mention bannings that happen and the impact that they have on a format that we don't care about. Here's a Kulgan's command.
See, he's allergic to Modern. You bring up Modern...
I start sneezing. We're like in this climate-controlled, humidity-controlled room, and I'm allergic to it. Yep. All right, let's see if Calvin can stay alive. He's got several turns, but he also doesn't have much of a clock here at the moment. 19-8. Can Calvin deal twice as much damage as John can in half the time?
Depends what's coming off the top of John's deck. If he's got like 2 lands coming up, I could easily see
Oh,
John
look, it's a
losing this
3-3. Suddenly the clock changed.
Yep.
3-3 that draws cards. It kind of requires you to target it instead of your opponent.
Okay. So here's a creature.
Or
that does nothing.
It doesn't not do something.
Oh, those are some good words, Bryce.
There is a Shatter that does 3 damage. It's true, there is. That's a better card. That's what I play in my blue red Delver. There's an attack for 3. John goes down to 16. John's gonna look at cards in his hand.
Now's your chance. Play your creature. Pay 3 for your burn spell. Oh man, prowess. Oh, you can draw a card. All right.
Yep. Trigger first. Fetches. Gets rid of a card on top. The Articulate Architect. That's what I do. I articulate.
You architect things.
I articulate the art. Wait, what?
Alright, now we're gonna get that draw.
It's a force of will.
It's a force.
Ouch.
Yup.
It doesn't do anything.
And then it looks like he's gonna take 2.
I'd take 2 here.
I would.
Fluster into Blue Blast. Nope. Alright. Who do you think gets this game? 16-5.
It's pretty up in the air. I'm not sure. Well, Liliana was just drawn, so that's gonna make this other creature pretty much pointless.
Does Calvin ever not have it? No, he always has sort of it. It's very always. All right. Liliana upticks. Doesn't downtick on the creature. Upticks on the creature. -2, -1. That's an 0-1 Swiss beer.
Ooh, this is the uncounterable deal 4. Exquisite Firecraft.
Oh, so he's so close. He's close.
I do think that Calvin's going to gain life this turn.
Yeah.
Now, do you go face here or do you kill Liliana? I feel like you have to go face.
So, new rules that go into effect with Dominaria are you just actually target Liliana, right? You don't say, I'm going to cast this at you and wait for it to respond.
But Dominaria doesn't officially release till Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
So at the moment, it's still at face, and then redirect afterwards.
Weirdness.
Jorgensen coming through with the MTG bot Exquisite Firecraft. So he went face, but Calvin gained some life. Down tick again.
Attack for 3, and he needs to make sure that he can gain 2 more life.
Squaw, I believe the answer is yes. I cannot personally do it though. If is Brian still in chat? I haven't seen him for a little while. You could contact Paragon City through. Is Facebook the best way to contact?
Facebook is the best way to contact us.
And ask your question there, but I believe the answer is yes.
Yeah, Brian has already stated to somebody that we can get them in.
Yep.
You just need to let us know,
and
we'll get them in for you.
I think it's just the same pricing.
Yep.
And what Dominaria was 95 or something like that.
I don't know.
Goblin Guide resolves.
A creature.
And that's gonna do it. I'm calling it here.
No way.
I think Calvin's got this at 10 life. I guess another Exquisite Firecraft would be interesting. Goblin Guide attacks. Shows a force of will.
That seems like a good card for Calvin to have.
He can snap back, or he can gain life. Yeah, he's just going to take some damage. Goes down to 1.
Yeah, I think there's a couple more creatures in the graveyard. So he'll gain 2 more life.
Goes back to 3. See, he's got it.
He's like, no, the Goblin Guide from forever ago. Gotta exile that one.
Nope. Engineered Explosives was put on 2, so he's probably hedging against an Eidolon, right? Yeah. You don't want to put it on 1. You don't want to kill your own death, right?
Alright, so Liliana's
there's really not much else to do.
Liliana's going to target the Goblin Guide, and then he's going to attack Leovold. Now this is the play that I've kind of been waiting for, because does he play the second Leovold to get this one into the graveyard?
Or you leave up Snapcaster on Blue Elemental Blast.
Does he have a Snapcaster?
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably better.
That graveyard order. Ah! Gets chat every time.
Yep.
Yes, play second Leo. I like this line. Leaving up counter magic because of cards like Price of Progress and Fire Blast. I mean, you have Force of Will in hand, right? But you can't do it all.
Do we know what John has in hand?
No.
No.
Don't know what he
It's going to be a fatal push.
Okay.
Oh, Goblin? Oh, okay.
And then he's got lethal. Or very near lethal.
Yeah, that's exactly why he didn't cast another Leo. He needs to be able to keep Deathrite Shaman up.
Captain QC, welcome in. You made it just in time to not watch Miracles versus Miracles and Miracles versus Miracles.
Yep. We're
showing something different. And John draws a card that doesn't win in the game. Sulfuric Vortex.
Resolves.
That'd be fine.
He's like, yes, missed Miracles, excellent.
All right, Calvin gets it. All right, our backup match is Lands versus Miracles.
Just for Captain QC.
Is it still being played? It's still being played.
We'll head over and watch.
All right, so this is game 2 or 3.
Probably 2.
And we have no idea who won game 1. It was an interesting place when we left it, but I don't know now.
Yeah.
Paul's got most of the combination. He needs one more land. Luckily, his deck plays with like 49 of them. It's like 35 or something 35. Like that. So chances are good he's going to draw another land. Probably a mana producing one. I guess there are some that don't produce any mana. On the other side of things, Corey has some monks and some wizards.
Yeah.
Which is a good clock. It's a decent clock. Gets to deal a bunch of damage this turn. Okay. Corey probably won. Yeah, there was other things though, right? He had Life of the Loam, so he could have just kept going. Yeah, that's why I said it was interesting.
Did. I would think so. You gonna go check?
No. Sure. Yes.
So it looks like Paul is a little behind, but just depends on what Corey has. It's always like it always comes down to those like key couple of cards. Okay, so we have a surgical. Looks like this is gonna hit crop rotation. Captain QC, I'm pretty sure he knows. So what's the game count?
Paul did get game 1, and they are on game 2.
Look at that. Paul got it.
Yep.
Raceland was so wrong.
He knew. So wrong. He knew. Can you please tell Paul to win? That would be nice of him. Okay.
Well, he got game 1. In a situation that looked like he was not going to win.
So the thing with Tabernacle here is that you're playing and you're losing monks, right? But you still want to make as many as you can to put as quick a clock as you can on, and then you just pay for as much as you can usually. So
yeah, I'm pretty surprised too. It looked like a game that Corey was just going to take handily.
And Corey's going to surgically extract away crop rotation, and Paul picks that up. So they're going to go to a game 3. We got to show you guys a game 3 of Miracles and Lands.
Just what everybody wanted to see.
Jerlo, welcome in this evening.
Welcome.
While we hang out here, while these guys shuffle, if you are ever interested in some altars, I do some altars. You can check out, I'll throw a link because it's been a while since I mentioned this. Often I'll actually show some of the more recent ones and actually go to the page and show them off as a way to talk about something in between rounds, but it's been fun to do altars for people that are in chat. There it is. There's a link.
Click on it.
Yeah, Click on it.
It's a good one.
Look at pretty things that are fun to do. I purposely try and do some different things that are legacy decks, competitive tournament, usually tournament legal alters. So it's kind of like, what would you say? Taking the existing art and somehow
complementing it,
or adding to it, or not taking away from it as an alter instead of a complete alter.
Bryce is one of those people who actually likes the legacy players, not just all the EDH players out there.
You added a command for it? Does it actually work? I didn't know. That's cool. You like the blue-red altars? Yeah. I actually took a Monastery Swiftspear up to Steve Argyle. Said, hey, do you want to see an altar of one of your cards? He's like, sure. I showed him and he was like, huh. So then we talked about other things instead of altars.
Zach, so far I put in the Weatherlight just because the card is just insane. I mean, I'm just down with a vehicle that has evasion and you draw a card every time it hits. But other than that, I'm not sure. I think more cards will enter from Dominaria. The set just seems fantastic and kind of wild. So as time goes on, I'll figure it out. But if you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear them. Speaking of cube, I do plan on cubing on Sunday. I'll get a Facebook group put together for it. So,
whoa, slow down.
A Facebook event.
There's a team event on Saturday and then the cube on Sunday.
Yeah.
Chalice of the Void comes down on turn 1 against Corey. That's rude.
Yeah, that's kind of rude.
It's kind of.
I bet you Corey was going to play a Ponder.
Yeah, I think he was probably thinking of doing, a turn 1 thing.
Yeah, I think the card is actually like really appropriately priced.
Yeah, we quite like Grizzlestorm here. Kyra and I played it on Magic Online to some success, right? We went 3-2 with it.
We went 3-2. Our first time playing it.
Yeah,
that seems fine.
And we were kind of making it up as we went, since we weren't quite sure the correct line every time.
Yeah.
But it's really fun to get to use Magus of the Will as a way to.
Those were the funnest wins.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. And activate your LED as a way to turn on Magus of the Will. I like the deck a lot. I'd actually put it together in paper. I just don't quite have all of it. And the cards I don't have are pretty expensive.
We should have a list on MTGO. Next time you see Paragon City go up earlier in the day, jump on. Whoever's streaming will get you that list.
Yeah, Tin Fins is a little different.
It's a little different, yeah.
For sure. You can find a Grizzlestorm list.
He's gonna play his Tranquil Thicket. It's the thing that's getting cast. Not cast, played. I don't think Tin Fins plays Magus of the Will. Does Tin Fins play LED? I don't know. I don't think it does.
Bizarro Storm is a little bit different than Grizzlestorm. They're very similar, but they're a little bit different deck lists. The Magus of the Will being the main thing that's different, I think. And Bizarro plays Magus of the Mind. There we go. Yeah. Yep. See, we know our wonky legacy decks here. Don't you worry. If you are interested in a very tier 5 legacy deck, we've probably
at least messed with it or
have lost with it ourselves.
We've probably lost with it. Oh man, I just remember when HG Butte gave me the stipulation to play Cheerios on MTGO. Oh, I want to say we went 2-3. We actually won 2 rounds with a bunch of kobolds. It was awful.
It is a good time though when you sit down with your opponent and they're trying to do some really wonky thing and you're like, oh, Yeah, I know exactly what your game plan is. Home of the 2-3.
Yeah, home
Hey,
2-3.
hey, we are proud of those 2 wins, though.
They're always fun.
What if I got it into play this other way?
Well, Corey is making this happen. He found the disenchant that he needed to get rid of the chalice, and then he's also been able to get rid of the tracker. So he kept in, obviously you're going to keep in those removal spells for the 2020, and he's able to keep the board clear.
I don't know why everything is shaking.
Because people keep bumping it.
Multiple,
Because there's probably people out by the feature match area that keep bumping it.
I could see you putting Karn in your cube as well.
I do own a Karn, so I could put it in just to test it out.
Yeah, it wouldn't be busted, but it's a card because it's colorless. It could go in several different decks.
Well, Zach, I would actually, if you know a decent amount about cubes, I would be happy to send you my list and get your input because I'm constantly trying to improve it. Because there's only 2 ways to play Magic, and that is Legacy and Cube. That's it. There are no other ways. The players are shaking their legs to stay awake in this matchup.
I already drank a whole coffee, and now I'm falling asleep. Ooh, look, Gamble, my favorite card of all time in Legacy. Now, if we're talking about banning cards, people are talking about banning Deathrite Shaman, right? Gamble is a busted Magic card, particularly because of Life of the Loam.
Oh, Emo Pizza, that's a good joke. I like
1
that
mana,
one.
search for your deck for a card and put it exactly where you want it. It's stupid. It's busted. It's broken.
Racelinum, I don't actually have like a straight up theme for my cube. It's a 720 unpowered cube.
It does, Jorgensen.
It has a little of everything.
So here's a fascinating thing, right? There was recently an article about Legacy and talked about Deathrite Shaman and everything like that. And it was on channel. Came to the opinion that lands is really good, right? It's redundant, it's really strong, but the reason we don't see a lot of it is simply because of the cost of Tabernacle, right? Which it's not the most brilliant thing that anybody's ever said. But it makes me wonder how many people would play lands if Tabernacle was affordable. If it was a $200 card.
Probably a lot more. Not to mention the diamonds are really high right now. That's what's keeping me away from Tezzeret at the moment.
There's a From the Ashes. Take that, lands. That feels great.
Doesn't kill diamond. Kills everything else.
Yep.
All right, go get your basic forest. Go on.
Ghost Quarter. Okay.
Like, all right, I'll hit your planes, I guess.
I've got another one. You foiled the deck too? You can't quite foil the deck. I'm sorry.
You can foil.
If you bought a foil Tabernacle, you got swindled.
D. Johnson, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Look at that. We're still getting some new follows. You guys have been awesome tonight.
Yeah, he unfollowed and refollowed, I'm pretty sure. Because I asked earlier if everybody that hasn't followed would follow, and they did. And so...
Why can't you just let some people have some credit?
Why can't you
just be impressed with one follower?
A bit battle earlier, and a whole bunch of new followers.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys.
We definitely want the Legacy community to be more aware that we're streaming twice a week. We'd like you guys to tune in.
Yep.
It's not going to be miracles every week. In fact, I don't think we've seen this much miracles in like months.
Lands is actually making a comeback from the Ashes. Yeah. Considering Corey doesn't have a clock on at all.
When you're talking about a comeback, we're talking about one land, right? He played one land after the From the Ashes.
Yeah. Well, he'll now be able to do it. Oh, Nate, you just
he's just increasing the lead.
Took the lead from Bear with Two Arms.
He did. Bear with Two Arms, or Bear with Two Guns.
Arms, guns. He's got arms, guns on his arms. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Are they coming back from the ashes? No.
One land is enough to recur Punishing Fire. It's true.
Good old Punishing Fire. All right. Deal you too.
Surgical.
Oh. Corey's like, I'll take the life though. Thanks. Appreciate it.
No, that was just a cast. Oh, did he try? He tried to bring it back right then too. Yep.
Yeah. You want to respond to that? Yeah. So he's only paying 1 life.
Yep. And then he took 2 off the Punishing Fire, resolving.
Is it kind of greedy P fire? Slightly. I mean,
you're not doing anything else.
Yeah.
That predict is attacking each turn. Yep. Corey's predicting a win, and so he just left the predict right there.
Mm-hmm. That's him attacking.
Yep. The predict is probably just exiled off of a Snapcaster or something.
Yeah, I actually think that Corey puts his exile right there, which is totally normal, and everybody does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you put it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Punishing Fires are gone. On to Plan A. He exiled the force. Okay. It doesn't matter.
So why does that put it in play?
It's a saga predict. It's an Odyssey predict.
I don't get it.
That's an aggressive use of predict. Yeah, it is. My deck is aggro. Don't.
Oh, it has time counters on it? No.
Okay. Budo! Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, appreciate it.
He is now following. A moment ago, not following.
Nope.
Now he is. Oh.
So observant.
Tick down on the Dark Depths. I'm just kidding, Nate. That's fine. That makes sense. Oh, look at this. Life is Alone. Exploration. Cards that are going to win the game. Probably a Thespian stage, too. Let's take a stage. No stages? Yeah. There's no stages.
You are presently following. Yes. Yes, you are.
No stages in the graveyard.
Yep, time to thaw it out. We're going to get there. Because by the time he thaws this out, there's no possible way that Corey will have found a swords by then, even though there's totally one in his hand.
He does have one. Ooh, and a back to
the question is though, I bet you Paul can get rid of all the white sources in his deck before that happens though.
Yep.
Because he has Lum going, right?
Yeah.
So new plan. Let's get rid of every white source in the deck.
Yeah, you don't want to tap the non-basic one here. This is kind of a weird play. This doesn't actually do anything. It shuts off Grove, and that's all. Doesn't really change what Paul's trying to do right now.
If you could kill the diamond, it would do something.
There's 30 seconds left in your round.
Nice.
Yep.
Got him.
Uh-huh. Nate's in Des Moines, so I gotta try and get him every now and then.
Yeah. Poor kid.
I still don't know what he's doing there.
I don't know either.
He said something earlier, but it didn't make sense. All right. So I think I started the timer on these guys about a minute later. So they have a little bit more time.
Yeah, usually our time's kind of an estimate. So they probably have a couple more minutes.
He should be pulling the trigger on killing the lands. Yeah, that's what he should be doing. I don't know what he should be doing, actually. He should be dredging and finding a
looks like a Path to Exile's in Corey's hand as well. He just has a bunch of...
All right. There is time in the round. Ghost Quarter. Windswept Heath. Okay. Goes quarters away of planes in response to brainstorm. Okay.
Float white. Getting rid of all the white sources should be a concession. I agree with that, Captain Kesey.
Yeah, that back to basics is kind of strange too, as the Tundra can now only be used once.
I mean, it's probably going to end up getting wastelanded at some point anyway.
Right.
So I don't think it mattered too much.
All right, there's a monk. It's a card.
Okay.
It could get him there.
Yeah.
Probably not, but could. There's still Jace. Yeah, the problem is you just make the 2020 the end step, and then Jace doesn't care.
Yeah. All the answers that Corey has to the Merit Lage token is are white cards.
Nope. Jace can fight a 2020 if you do it at sorcery speed. I don't know why you would if there was a possibility of a Jace, but
yeah, that would be weird.
All right, let's see if we can figure out a way through this. Brainstorm's resolved, and I think you got to put down the mentor, right?
Yeah.
Leave up double fetch. Yep. Do we have a? Does Paul have a crop rotation in hand?
No, I got surgical to remember. Or was that last game?
That was last game. That's how
so the only ended. So the only surgical thing is punishing fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if there's a crop here, that's game.
Oh. He should absolutely
maybe not.
He should absolutely kill the exploration. Right? I don't think there's anything else that he really cares about too much. Get it off the board so he's not losing two lands a turn, I guess. Well, I guess Wasteland's not really doing that much anyway.
Alright, so Paul went and got a Taiga, which is going to get a 1 activation from it, and then he took out the Tundra, even though the Tundra wasn't going to untap. Dredging Loam. And yeah, Grove doesn't untap. Loaming back. So these guys should be on turn 1 here.
Didn't you have their timer a little different though?
Yeah, but I told him it was close, and then he called out time.
Okay. I'm gonna go make sure they're on turns, or usually they put out a die. We just can't see it.
I gotta, yes. They know where they're at.
Okay.
Blue decks are the evil of the format. Whoa. Doesn't Captain QC play blue?
Wait, what? No, Captain QC plays Parfait.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's true. Sometimes, not always.
Oh, what is Captain QC's other deck that he talks about? It's mostly Parfait, though.
Paul killed an island. Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
The bluest white deck there is. Yeah.
Oh,
there's
Captain
a handshake.
QC, you play Maverick, don't you? Don't you play Maverick as well?
That is a draw? I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Yeah, I think so. Which means maybe we'll have just more miracles in the finals.
The new thing is to hate Death Rush them.
Oh.
Or True name Nemesis.
I'm so not with the times.
But only if you want to rant a lot about it. And only if you're Nate.
And only if you're Nate. Oh, jeez. Alright. Welcome back, guys.
Hey, we're back here now.
I think that
We're
was our
large.
last match going, so round 4 should start up quite soon. So don't go
We have
anywhere.
one whole more round of I know good radio, correct. We have one whole more round of Legacy for you.
That's a lot of whole rounds to go.
Probably a Miracles deck
Probably.
in the top couple.
They keep winning.
The other hate target is Grizzlebrand. Yeah, and if you want to just make one up, you can hate Emrakul as well.
You could.
Deathray Shaman. Brainstorm. Brainstorm's another good target. It's too dry.
That was totally what I was going to say. It wasn't.
Oh yeah, don't like Gitaxian Probe either. It's not fun if you get to know what's going on. Get rid of that.
We had some good discussions about Gitaxian Probe. I talked to Fox a lot about it as well.
Learn your opponent's name. That's great. Name an opponent.
What's your name?
Wait, I forgot. Hold on. Let me introduce myself again.
Let me look at my match slip.
Ooh. What? Judge, I don't want to ask my opponent's name. Nate, what are some old episodes you would recommend to go back and listen to?
On his podcast?
Yeah. An Eternal.
Eternal Dirtles.
Hold on, he's looking. Okay. Oof.
Well, I guess now would be a good time to say, hey, check out Nate's podcast.
Yeah, if you want. There's
Eternal Dirtles.
We don't have a link for it, do we?
We don't.
Aww.
He can link it. He's in the chat.
Yeah, you can link it yourself. You can even link the ones you suggest going to look for.
Yeah.
That's really, really bright.
Yeah.
Make it darker, please. True Name Nemesis forces interaction? Uh-huh. It forces you to play bad sideboard cards that can kill a True Name Nemesis. And forces you to play Force of Will.
Yeah. Or we go back to what Fox says, and he goes, it wouldn't be such a problem if people would just play flanking cards. Flanking beats True Name Nemesis. You can just attack right into it.
We got Paul. We have lands versus 4-color.
Okay.
And we have Travis.
Burn versus Miracles.
Travis playing Burn?
Usually.
Okay. 68 and 62. The last 5 are all good. Flat statement. I like it. Except for the one where they interview a food chain player. I like it. All right, so we have pairings going up right now.
Yep.
We have players about to sit down. I'll go start their timer here.
You've actually been doing a lot better recently. Whatever, Nate. You always do well. You know it's true. Don't even give me that. Alright. So we've got Paul on lands, and we're going to watch him. And Calvin on 4-color. So we're watching Paul and Calvin. Sound good?
Sure. We get to watch lands in a non-lands versus miracles matchup. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, what's that like? All right. Let's jump over there. I'll fix the other one.
just ranting. That's great. I think that's probably a thing that could be. Ban gamble. I think I'm the only one that thinks that should be a thing.
Yep.
All right. So I don't actually know if these players are both undefeated. Paul must be.
Well, Paul had a draw, so maybe
Okay.
maybe Calvin's on a pair up.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if either.
And Miracles might be undefeated.
Maybe.
Either way, here we go. Round 4, Legacy, Tuesday night. I say things and they come out of my mouth.
Nice words.
Tabernacle gets pitched to Mox Diamond.
All right, so turn 1, Paul throws his hand on the board.
Yeah, well, some of it.
Mhm.
And I think he knows that Calvin's on 4-color control as opposed to like Delver, which maybe he would have kept that Tabernacle.
Yeah, Calvin's been on 4-color pretty consistently. I expected as well.
Poor Calvin. I hope he has a chance. No, he doesn't. I think he just lost.
Yeah, I think this was a turn 3 kill?
Mm-hmm. He's going to attack for 20 on turn 3. If Calvin has exactly a forest and a way to get a creature in the graveyard, he can survive for another turn.
But at least he got rid of Tabernacle.
Yep, that Tabernacle is gone forever. He just exiled $2,000.
Idiot.
That's what he did. Yeah, Lands gets to do this sometimes. That's what's. Is it 3,000? I'm sorry. Did it change? Yesterday it was 2,000, and today it's 3,000. Okay.
Yeah.
And game 2.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Well, that was the most entertaining game we could have brought. So. Well, let's check up. Watch, they're still shuffling up. Yeah. Okay. We're real deep in on this game.
Lands is really crazy in that it has a lot of consistency, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it can play a really long game and just keep loaming back cards, no matter even if you have swords for days, right? But it also can just go, oh, turn 2, I won.
Yeah, Bryce, why aren't you paying attention to all the price spikes?
There's been a lot of them. So we're watching Miracle because we don't like miracles.
Ugh.
We just.
I gotta do this to me.
There it is.
I put the S there. It's off the screen.
We're watching that versus Burn. I sat down last Friday, and I'm like, oh, man, as long as I don't see Burn, I'll be fine. And Travis just gives me this look like, I'm not playing Burn. But he tried a little too hard, so I was pretty, sure enough, turn 1 Mountain. I'm like, great.
Well, you saw what happened to me last Tuesday. You were commentating on it.
What happened last Tuesday?
I played Nick's Fit, and I was like, hey, ready to get... Before the match started, I was like, hey, you ready to see me lose to Burn?
Oh,
Sure enough, Travis just beat my face into Burn.
Yeah. So I went 3-1 when I lost to Burn.
Price of Progress is a good Magic card.
If he just plays 1 Entreat and no Terminus, then it becomes Miracle. Exactly.
Card Desolation Wave.
Sorry. Nice try, though.
Eventually, there will be a card called Desolation Wave. But apparently not today.
All right, go ahead and show our other match. Let's see if Paul can win in faster turns. All right, we'll jump to it as soon as it starts. It's either going to take forever or it'll take 3 turns. One or the other. Those are your choices.
Yep.
The blue upheaval.
So just upheaval?
The
Jorgensen and I were on the exact same wavelength.
Nope, not Desolation. You mean
Whelming Wave? I don't know.
There's a lot of waves.
Desolation Tide.
MTG Bot is on it today.
Being pretty helpful.
Desolation Tide. Devastation. Devastation. I cheated.
Devastation Tide.
Yep. That's the card.
The miracle one. Okay.
There you go.
The cool Raymond Swanland art.
Alright. Ready, set, jump back. Transition. Here we go. Calvin's playing a Death Ray Shaman.
That's a pretty good card to have against lands on turn 1, unless they just have the natural 20/20.
Yeah. If they go like exploration, land, win. Displacement wave. Nope, not that one. We should. Who wants to come up with the next random card that we need to magically think up here?
We've got over 60 people in chat. I feel like we should be able to figure out what card we're trying to find here.
We figured it out. We did it. Hour of Devastation. Do you know anyone? A late 90s style HC band. Cappy QC is still trying. We've already succeeded. Dismemberment wave. Yeah, that's the Phyrexian mana one, right?
Oh my goodness.
They're still trying.
I don't know.
Alright, we got a Hymn to Turok. And Paul has 95 cards in hand somehow. He's got a full grip.
Dismember.
When we go back to Scars of Mirrodin, this wave ferment. It's getting better. That's when you take apart the wave, not when you dismember in a wave.
You don't know.
Yeah, I'm on the development team, the flavor judge. All right, a Caracas and a Thespian Stage go away. Bajuka Bog eats
3 cards.
Cards that don't matter. Now, do you start eating lands out of Paul's graveyard right away, or do you leave up the potential to surgically extract Thespian Stage?
I don't think Thespian Stage is usually the one that you want to get, but I guess in lands it's a little better than it is against Turbo Depths. It would be fine.
That one found.
What the heck?
The last 20 different entries have found nothing. This wave found 86 cards. That's great. Baleful Strix is pretty good.
Oh,
it's a card that kind of does things against lands.
Yeah, buys a turn. See, I think Wasteland is in this matchup. Okay, that's
choke.
That's going to be a problem for Calvin.
Yeah, Jace doesn't get to come down next turn anymore. If he's got a counterspell, he'll not get to use it there. He didn't have one. Attack for 1. Get them. Get them. Yeah, choke definitely changes.
Yeah, choke is
the advantage bar is now heavily in Paul's favor.
Can I use my found it button for this one?
Nope. You got to change it to choke it. Choked it. Choke. I don't know.
I mean, Paul found it.
Yeah.
Whether or not it says Cantor or not, he still found it.
Wow. If Cap gets another land, he's got an online Jace.
Captain Casey jumps in. Found it. Found it.
Except there's no lands in the graveyard anymore.
Nope.
And we got a punishing fire. This is looking more and more grim for Calvin.
Yeah, it was kind of inappropriate. I agree. Thought this was a family friendly stream.
He never found it. You should have used the found it emote, and then you would have found it. I think Calvin's dead. That's what I think. I'm gonna go ahead and call this one. Whoa! Back in first place. Bear comes in an hour later and ticks up 5. You guys missed it if you weren't here earlier. There was a massive bit fight
where people are throwing pennies at each other until we had like what? Everybody's over 400 bits.
It was practically 1 bit at a time. Bear with 2 arms. Bear with 2 guns. The bear 2 guns. Is now in the lead with 450. Nate's in far second place with 449. And Jorgensen is still just sitting at 420.
All that was back at the beginning of the stream when we had like 20 people in the chat. We got a little more than that. Captain QC, yeah, you guys are my family, and I'm friendly to you, except for Bryce. We hate that guy.
Bear with 2 dismember waves. Correct. I kind of want to build a legacy deck and name it Dismember Wave now. Dismember Wave. And get it on the mothership with that title.
They'll never call it that, though. The mothership will never call it that. Guns with bear arms. Bear arms.
If I play with
guns,
with whatever this card is. Parallax Tide and no, that wouldn't work. Parallax Wave, is that a card? And Dismember.
Parallax Wave is a card.
Yeah, there we go.
And so is Whelming Wave.
Sounds like a legacy deck in the making. I don't know. Hates Control.
Fukendidi? I still don't know how to say that card's name. But what about Dismember Wave? I don't know.
What? Do you guys want to watch this get played out? Is there any way that Calvin wins?
I don't think so. I think he's dead to Punishing Fire.
I think he's just dead to anything.
Well, now that he's lost his island, I'd say it's pretty true. So the only way I could see this changing is if he's able to get an abrupt decay on this. Oh, he already lost his swamp.
Yep.
Fashundidi is the correct pronunciation.
Fushundidi.
Fushundidi
is definitely correct. Now wait a minute.
Thank you so much, Hates Control.
It spiked to like what, $4 or something like that?
Why?
Is that even? It was always a couple bucks, wasn't it?
That sounds like something Goldfish would do. Goldfish just like puts up some random card, runs it through like a couple friendlies, and next thing you know, the card price just goes up.
It's because he has so much fun playing it, and everybody wants to have the same amount of fun. So supposedly, if you guys are fans of Standard, I don't know why you would be, but supposedly Goldfish broke Standard, and he's going to show the deck tomorrow. I'm curious.
It's a weird thing to do. All right, I say we jump over to the other match. I think this is over.
Yeah.
So
here we go.
Let's watch game. Let's watch game 3.
Miracles and Burn.
Game 2, or whatever game they're in.
And Miracles has to mulligan.
Oh my goodness! Was it actually? No. Oh no! It was just on here. Yeah, it just spiked. It's weird.
Oh, so it went from 50 cents to $5. Neat.
Yeah. So Miracles lost game 1? I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that he went. Did he go 3-0 with it, or do you go
4-1.
4-1 with it?
I actually watched that stream. That was pretty funny. Brawl's been surprisingly fun. I've been messing with it a little bit.
We have a pronunciation audio. Too bad we don't have any speakers attached.
We don't have any speakers attached to this computer.
We'll click on the link and pretend that we know. Fushin Dudidi.
He was 4-1. Yeah. It was really funny. The reason I've been messing with Brawl is just because I want to play Tezzeret. And so now that the new Joyra card has come out, which might be my new like favorite freaking card. Like it doesn't beat Bloodbraid Elf or Tezzeret, Agent of Bolas, but Joyra might crack my top 5 favorite cards. I'm so excited to play with her.
You say it's 70-30 if you have no mentor, and 60-40 if you do.
It's Fickenditty. Thank you, Jorgensen. I know you put it up earlier, but I did a really good job ignoring it.
Brawl looks oppressive in Brawl.
It probably
which
is.
is fun to say.
Yeah.
Brian's been on a Brawl deck for quite a while.
Yeah, he's been messing with it.
It's just fun to say, so I'm all on board.
It's been surprisingly fun. It's just it's just like casual. It's not really something to like.
No, we need to break the format.
I am not trying to break the format.
We need to know what's best and if Deathrite Shaman should be legal.
I'm putting like every card that's just like weird and like interesting. I'm just like, let's see what it does. That's how I'm playing Brawl.
All right, so Travis lava spikes Alfred's face. Alfred then proceeds to 2/3 lava spike his own face.
Thanks, Zach. I appreciate that. I'm not going to say that pronunciation.
I think we're done with that. Do you have a link to your cube? No.
No, but I could share it to you. I have it on an Excel spreadsheet, so. Whisper this Twitch channel your email address, and I can share it with you, Raceland.
Ponder for Alfred. He sees Ponder Plains. That's neat. And does he shuffle away those? Or he's going to keep them? Guess he wants a land. Okay. He keeps a land. Don't worry. If you we would mispronunciate it anyway.
I want to say somebody followed us one time, Zach, and like without even thinking about what I was about to read, I just said their name, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. So we have to be careful. We have to be careful now.
We don't have to be.
We don't have to.
We try to be careful.
We try to.
Yeah.
We represent a family-friendly store. Therefore, we want to be a family-friendly stream.
Ponder and then Portent.
Unfortunate for all you people who would rather us just go on vulgar rants, and I would love to bring that content to you.
Eidolon gets forced. I would love to bring that content, yeah.
But not on Paragon Cities. We represent the Lollipop Guild, exactly.
Is that what we do? I come up with much funnier things to talk about when I have a couple drinks in me.
For sure.
Let's see if Travis can get a threat down that actually does something here. He's just going to keep burning to the face.
Oh, awesome, Raceland. I'll get that to you a little or after the stream ends.
Suspends a Riftbolt. You guys can see what's happening. It's not intricate here. Brainstorm for Alfred. Who needs threats? Yeah. Well, I was just hoping for something that we could actually have combat. It'd be more interesting. You just need to count. You don't even have to count to 20. You only have to count to like 18. Hey, there's a Paragon City Games TCG store.
Yeah.
where we've got a whole bunch of singles. The store, has a whole bunch of singles. Patrick, who some of you guys might know, will ship out cards to you practically the next day, right?
Yep.
And there's a lot of good stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
not only that, but I'm actually in charge of getting all of our inventory onto our website.
Ooh.
So probably by the end of the year, our store is going to be all set up and so that all of our singles are available to everybody.
Through the actual Paragon store.
Yep.
I think there's a foil Yavimaya Hollow on the TCG store at a competitive price. If you're the commander player that just needs one of those. There's a whole bunch of other stuff on there as well. I think there's some Grim Monoliths that are going to be going up soon, and Candelabras possibly as well that just came in.
Where are we getting those?
There's 2 that just got bought.
I haven't heard about that.
They look pretty.
Oh, look, Brian's back. Are they ready to mingle? I don't know what you're talking about, Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham. That's a great name. Candelabras, yeah. I don't think they're up yet, but if you want a candelabra, one of them looks really pretty and one's signed.
Okay. I would take a signed one.
I
think signed cards are great.
It's not in perfect shape.
Okay. Single, mingle.
Oh, are the singles ready to mingle?
Oh, yeah. So you mean damaged? No, Jorgensen.
That's how I said it, isn't it? One looks really pretty and one's signed. No, actually, the signature looks great on it.
I love getting my cards signed. I think they're really awesome.
But that inventory is just like any other TCG page where it's constantly changing. Mm-hmm. We're constantly throwing new stuff on there, and they price them pretty competitively here, so
we sell fast.
They're going quick. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Things hit our store and are gone like the next day. It happens a lot.
Okay.
It can. Once Rob Alexander is like, well, once he's not living anymore, I highly doubt they will.
No.
They will be considered damage.
Down to Fire Blast range. Yeah, he is. He's got a counterspell. He's all right.
Yeah, our singles do sell fast. They sell really fast. And no, we're talking about our single Magic cards. Zach, to clarify. Actually, I saw something that was actually trying to prove that he's signed more than 30% of the duels, which is insane. Bear with 2 guns, jeez, jumping in with a subscription. Thank you so much.
Well done,
got
sir.
A brand new hero.
Yeah, I'm not sure how comfortable Alfred is playing Miracles.
He's newer.
Yeah,
he's newer with the deck. Found it.
Yeah, you can find it now.
Bear with 2 guns can find it now.
Anybody else in chat that wants to, if you want to subscribe to and support us streaming here,
definitely.
Yep, that's great. It's fantastic. We appreciate it.
Yeah, fetching into Fire Blast range definitely is risky.
You got a present next to your badge.
Whoa.
Somehow.
Nate's a hero. Look at that. Using that Twitch Prime.
How do you get a cool present next to you? Yeah, and if anybody is a normal subscriber that wants to resub, you can do that too, because it doesn't auto renew. You have to, if you're doing it through Twitch Prime. Oh, you get to gift subs. Sweet. I see. That's cool. Is Travis's hand really bad? He's burned through it all, right? So Now he's
Yeah,
just playing off the top.
Yeah, he's playing off the top.
A shirtless stream. Whoa. Probably not. I mean, we'll stream in like hoodies. If that does that count as shirtless?
If I was allowed to, I would. I wouldn't even care.
I mean, we don't have pants on, but that's normal, right?
Yeah.
So.
But they didn't have to know that.
I just thought it was common knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're streaming.
It's just like the news. Like, no newscaster ever.
It is topless. That's true. I do have a Lux Skill Deathrite shirt. Absolutely. I think I picked one up first.
Yeah, he did. He came in here and he's like, "Look what I got," and I was like, "Oh, I need one."
I don't have it with me today.
Yeah, guys, we got in these brand new shirts, and they say Lux Skill Deathrite on them, and they are amazing.
Yep.
So if you're interested, you can message Paragon City Games at Facebook, and we can.
They are all of $20, which is an amazing price for a quality. It's a quality T-shirt too.
It is. They're really comfy.
I like them a lot, and the phrase comes from HC Fox during our 1K at the end of the year. There it is. There it is.
Look at that.
Quote 14.
Zach also becoming a hero. This is amazing.
Zach just subscribed with Twitch Prime? Whoa. Congratulations, Zach.
Yeah, quote 14.
You are a hero.
Quote 14. HC Fox explaining magic. Lux Skill Deathrite.
Which is totally irrelevant unless it ever gets banned.
Yeah.
Which it's not.
Is Panglacial Worm the one that can be cast from your library?
Make sure that we raid who? Make sure that we raid Nate.
What, Nate thinks that we can just give his stream all the attention when we're done? Is that what he thinks?
I mean, we are watching Miracles versus Burns, which is extremely exciting. Where are you, Nate?
Just search Frozen Divide.
Nope.
That's not it. What's your channel called, Nate? The Frozen Divide?
Yeah.
There you go. I don't know how hosting works either. I've been told to do it like once, and I'm like trying to pay attention to this because apparently
I think it's like that. It's just exclamation point raid, right?
space in their name. Oh, are you starting up your stream, Nate? Is that what you're doing? Is that why we're rating you? No, he's not live right now. I thought I saw.
Nope.
No, he's hosting. He's not even hosting us. What the heck, Nate? See where your priorities are. dash host and then the username. Yeah, host, don't read.
Either way works.
Look at that. See, he's hosting us 3 viewers. Look at that.
Alpha brought in... Of course! I don't know what's going on.
I mean, he's close to winning. Like, Jace is about to ult. Travis has no cards in hand. Alfred just needs to find a way to not die like this turn. Which, with Snapcaster, I think he can do.
Is that what's happening?
The 2 in exile are 2 brainstorms.
Yeah.
One of them's altered by Chris Rush to look like a Groot. That is why it looks a little weird.
Update the game score. I don't know what the game score is.
We don't know what the game score is.
We jumped into this match after watching the other one.
Yeah, it's our backup.
So we don't actually know. I guess we'll find out right here.
I think Travis got that. He found exquisite firecraft.
So these guys go into another one.
Yeah, looks that
Game
way.
3. All right, now we'll update.
Now that we actually know that it's 1-1.
Now that we'll pretend we know what's happening. Alfred got it. Yep.
Oh, Alfred did get it? Okay. He was just checking the top card.
Yeah, 4 damage is enough.
That's what happens when I look away for a sec. Gotcha. Okay. Thanks, guys.
We were watching closely.
Totally.
On Tuesdays when we get to round 4, Kyra and I are nothing but absolutely on the minutia of the gameplay.
Yeah, totally.
We are focused and bringing it to you live.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
What's the other match? The other match is over. That's what the other match is.
The other match was Lands versus
Lands versus
4-color.
4-color.
And Lands quickly got it.
Yeah.
All right. So for all of the whatevers, game 3, round 4, Burn versus Miracles, right here. I'm interested. I'm gonna click something. Does it have Stifle in it? I'm ready. Ooh,
Food chain squee.
This has got to be incorrect. With entombs and reanimates.
Van Glacial.
Wait, it's got to be correct.
Yeah, while you're searching your library, you may play Van Glacial Worm.
Uh-huh.
It's totally a normal card to be playing. Alright, Goblin Guide comes in. Turn 1. We see a counterspell on top of the library, and Alfred takes 2.
And there's one Grizzlebrand.
All this is completely normal.
Yep. I'm sure this is better than playing blue cards.
But where are the Griffins?
Force of Will is an overrated magic card. So is Brainstorm. And it plays Deathrat Shaman, though, so it can't be bad.
Man, food chains are pricey right now. Oh, man. Look at that. A playset for $190?
Just $45 each? Crazy.
Yeah, those are really pricey. And they're not even on the reserve list. What the heck?
Pan Glacial is the win con. All right, Goblin Guide for Travis coming down early. Force of Will on Eidolon. Turned it idle off. I'm just going to keep using the same joke there because I got nothing else. I already used up all my good ones that I made up went in chat on Friday.
What good ones?
I made you laugh.
What?
What were the 2 characters that were really excited about the pre-release?
Yeah.
Character from Fast and Furious and from Game of Thrones that are excited for the pre-release. You guys were like, no, don't do it. Don't say it.
Dom and Arya?
Yeah, Dom and Arya. Yeah.
Dom and Arya. Oh, yeah. That was good.
What was the other one?
That was a good one. The other one was garbage. I can't remember.
Which made it all the better.
It was terrible. No, that was and the worst part about it is Bryce was like, hey, guys, want to hear a couple jokes? And literally everybody in chat's like, no. And I'm like, no, we definitely don't want to hear jokes. and then he just like said the jokes anyway. It was awful. But your second one did kind of redeem yourself. It was pretty good.
I don't remember what the first one was.
Me neither.
I don't know.
What's this list?
It's a food chain squee, so red green food chain with a backup plan of Entomb, Reanimate, Grizzlebrand, of course.
Bear with Two Guns, you are not ever allowed to ask Bryce that question.
Ooh, what'd you ask?
You are not.
Tell me a joke.
Do not say. Don't say stuff like that to Bryce.
I'm ready.
Because then if you do, then he actually will, and nobody wants that.
Bits for jokes.
Nobody wants it.
What do you call a deck that only cares about itself? It's sleevish.
Oh.
Right? No? Oh. It was a nice try. No. Yeah. It's that good. Jokes every stream for a month.
See, Captain Kesey jumps in and is like, no.
Stop. Unsub.
Now, see, Bear with Two Guns. Now you know. Please put down this poor man. He cannot live like this. I'm aware.
My kids laugh. I give them money to do it, but they laugh every time.
Oh, I was gonna say it's either pity or you pay them.
If they don't laugh, they don't get their allowance.
Oh man.
Now I want to remember what my other joke was in chat on Friday. You said it was terrible. I'm donating this card.
All of them were terrible. Every time you make a pun and you're like, that was bad, that's always the ones that I think are super
Illusions
funny.
of Grandeur, you're going to donate. Yeah. As long as you don't take it away. One joke per stream is probably worth the sub.
I don't know any better humor.
Yeah, you should hear their jokes. They're great. I laugh every time. Because they're lactose intolerant. Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good.
Ha ha ha.
Surgical versus burn. Yeah, that's a weird thing to do.
Uh-oh. Now I gotta find out.
I don't even know what card you would hit with surgical against burn. Maybe Eidolon? Like what else? If you know that you're getting something out of their hand, then it might look okay. Yeah, Marsh Flats, I'm not sure. Brian, what's up with the Marsh Flats? Why do you have a Marsh Flats in your Miracles deck? Oh, just hit Firecraft? Okay, Firecraft could be fine. You're never gonna turn off Firecraft, but you could hit Firecraft. That way you know you're not gonna get like blown out by an uncounterable spell later in the game.
Did you know that we changed the name of Scryfall? It finally fell, so it's Scryfallon. It's fallen down.
Dang it.
That was the other day. Missed that one though.
Can this match just end so I can stop hearing Bryce's jokes? Oh my goodness.
No, that was just something that happened in chat. That wasn't my joke.
I can't deal with it.
What was the other one? Oh! You ready?
No. It doesn't matter how many times I say no. You're just going to say them
you've
anyway.
already heard it, but why couldn't the reserve list card earn any buys?
Oh, I have heard this one. I can't remember.
Because it was bought out. But
there you go.
Yeah, that was worth the bits right there. Come on.
Doctor, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Are you seriously following for his bad jokes?
Yeah.
Yep. Is that actually what's going on?
That one's amazing.
We still have 65 people in our chat? What are you guys doing?
watching Burn versus
Oh
Miracles.
my
for
goodness,
the...
I've almost walked out of the room like 5 times.
There's a fire blast for the win.
Yeah, I think this is gonna get it too.
He should activate counterbalance just to check. Yeah.
Predict.
See, that one is magic humor gold right there. And if it wasn't gold, it is at least hybrid.
Zach, I don't know, honestly.
Haven't even watched the game. Nope.
All right, here's the brainstorm. Yep, there is no terminus there. Therefore,
we got more people. All right, everybody in chat, if you haven't followed because of the bad jokes, then just follow because we actually stream Legacy on Tuesdays and Fridays. And usually it's more interesting than Miracles versus Burn.
Usually we have a lot of good matchups. Today's been a little lackluster. But...
Blue card versus Force. Yeah, got the fire. Yep, the Fire Blast got countered by Force Will. It got there. He found it. Scavenging Booze. I like that name. That's a good one.
Your jokes have seriously gotten 2 followers. I would have like unsubbed by now, like taken my notifications off, and I would have been like, yeah, I don't even want to watch this anymore.
You laughed out loud on stream to Dom and Arya.
All right, that was pretty good.
Right,
that was a good one.
How do Legacy players who play blue lose weight?
That was above your caliber.
How hates control? Brian wants to know. He's in all caps. That game was gas. Why did you turn it off? Yeah, it's still going.
What?
Yeah,
it's not.
The Fire Blast got countered.
No, it didn't.
The Burn player just needs to find a land.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry. How do you end up with a small fortune playing Legacy? You start with a big one. A big one.
Wait, hates control. You got to tell us. The joke.
He's just not gonna say it.
Where do we go for? Cheers.
Air Hero, thanks for the follow. Oh my goodness. Your jokes haven't gotten more follows than we got earlier in the stream, so it's fine. Everything's fine.
No, where do we go for all that?
No, you need to go back in the stream notes. Here.
Travis needs runner land. He could get there. He's got time. Is there a different?
These 3.
Oh, there it is. I like that he's throwing 5 bits at us every time he asks a joke. Casting Blaze for 20. Ha ha ha.
There you go. Well, that's just clever. Unlike Bryce's jokes.
There's a lot of magic jokes that you can find on like Reddit. It's challenging to come up with your own.
Yeah, so he's actually backing it all up.
Hits control. You added the answer? Oh, I didn't see it.
What? Where?
You should replace Bryce as the caster.
Who said that?
Hates control. Oh, how do Legacy players who play blues lose weight with force of will? See, I just no, I didn't.
See, even Bryce didn't.
We are all done here. No one can Sensei's top that one. Sensei's top. That's banned. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that was.
This is Legacy.
I wonder we're getting follows. There's too many people like Bryce.
All right, so Brian said I should host Nate, but Nate, you're not streaming right now.
He's not streaming, so don't worry about it.
You're hosting us. That doesn't make sense.
He's hosting us. If you guys want to check out another good stream, check out The Frozen Divide.
Yep.
There we go. That's what we'll say.
We did it.
And on that note, thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Kyra and I will be back here next Tuesday, and for some more Legacy. We'll also stream. Kyra, you'll be here on Friday. I'll probably be playing, and you're waiting for us. You're waiting for us to sign off, and then you're going live. Well, go for it. Jump on, and then we can host you.
We can just host him anyway.
Yeah,
he can go live in a moment.
There you go. So I'm gonna put this thing in chat.
Yeah. So next Tuesday, we'll be here, and on Friday you'll have myself and Matt. He's a pretty cool guy, Doomsday player. He knows some things.
Thanks for joining us, guys, and as always, Legacy's great. That's what we say, right? No.
Legacy, the greatest format.
Lux skill, death right. Oh, now he says use raid. Oh my goodness. Can't. You told me to use the host.
20 people. They've already gone over there. Just do it. Just do it anyway.
Yeah. We already. Okay.
See, we already have a raid.
You did it.
There we go.
Everybody's gone.
All right. Hail Heroes, guys. Later.
Thanks for joining us.